Welcome to Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Vanhi's journey. We did a lot in the last episode. We furthered Jathel's plot line in the sense that the half elf Inquisitor from Pharasma, who decided to try to get her killed in a few acts ago. It was a lot of episodes ago. Finally found his trail. He was trying to hunt down a priestess of Urgathoa who he had history with. So we ended up resurrecting the priestess as an undead, so she has her eternal life. She's not really a good person or anything at all. The Inquisitor wasn't a good person either, because the priestess killed the not the priestess, but the Inquisitor killed the priestess's daughters. So the priestess couldn't use her own daughters as a sacrifice for this ritual that would have given her eternal life. So in the pursuit of his mission, he decided to kill some children. So that's an issue. And then the Inquisitor tricked the half elves that we ended up killing into attacking Jathel so they could be killed, and then blame it on Jathel so he can get these 3 houses from Keonan to attack Jathel. So we're going to have to deal with them later on in the future. So we have the elves against us. Luckily for Valerie's plot line, we don't have any issues with the Order of Prisms or the priest from Shellin and all the paladins and stuff like that. We don't have to deal with them. We're good with them. Valerie Scar is gone, so she's back to normal, and everything good. And she might have even other benefits. Let's see. So we have Valerie right here. Okay, so she got +2 inherent bonus because of Valorous. So she got a bonus to her strength because of this. Her racial gives her +4. That's because she is Dragon Disciple. And I could go like up to 7th level Dragon Disciple, just because I wanted her to give her some blood. Story wise, I essentially gave her a piece of my blood and it manifested, because if she's loyal to me, she might as well take some of my blood. She has 196 hit points. That's a lot. At least I'm in the 3 digits. If I can boost my con up, I will be happy. Somehow I will figure out how to boost my con. But anyway, we have to deal with these militia, and I did need to sell all this stuff too. I'll sell the stuff later. Luckily I have teleportation, so I'm just going to teleport to Varnhold. Valerie's doing so well, but we could get with Amiri and then see what Amiri can do and test her out, see how much she grown. But I'm going to wait until her plot line before. We're going to stick with Alpha Squad, and we'll bring Knock Knock the Fool. You have to treat these goblins like little kids, because they're just so they just do things on the spur of the moment and all that stuff. So we're gonna teleport to Varnhold, and whenever I can, I'm going to build up an arcane library or whatever over all the way in the other side of the map, so I can teleport there too, and just build an arcane library in the different districts. But let's enter Varnhold and see about this militia. What issues are they having? Decide the fate of the Varnhold militia. Is this it? This is Verval. Oh, look at all these people. We're better off on our own. What good is the state to us? We're the militia. We can fight for ourselves. A frost scene is playing out before you. Turval, the captain of the militia, is in fiery argument with an angry man in heavy armor. Their hands are on the hilts of their weapons, and their eyes are locked. Their stares are so intense they could petrify a lesser warrior. Thank the gods you're here. Rein in these dogs. They're inciting revolt and trying to rile up my militiamen. Aha! She sees her master and runs to lick his boots. This land belongs to us, not this bird of passage. We plow these fields and we protect them as well. When the bandits come, we'll be the ones out there shielding blood to our home. Oh, shedding blood for our homes. While the big city folk hide in their holes, I say no more. Okay, let's look at our choices. Dealing with there's always problems being a leader. Okay, Terval, what is happening here? Call out to the man. You there, what do you want? Lawful neutral. Terval, take care of your people right now. I will support you. Chaotic neutral. I agree with this person. You are not. Terval, what happened? What is happening here? These idiots here decide they want to pretend they're independent now. They've all but forgotten the vows they gave you. The fools can't see that if you were to leave Varnhold, the whole region would fall into chaos. The bandits will be back fighting for dominance all over again. The rivers would flow red, but we gave them law and order. And if they decide to give it all up, why, if they'll be such fools, perhaps we should let them have what they think they want. And what will you do? Hang us all, and then what? Send in your soldiers? That's the true face of your grace and mercy? Yep, I could do that. I can just keep on killing people until the right people settle the place. Because we encourage sex and producing offspring in this civilization. Anyway, that's the true face of your grace and mercy. You butcher anyone who speaks out against you, you two-faced bastards. Fool. Let's talk to the person. What's there to explain? We got ourselves an army here, right? That means we can defend our land on our own now, right? We built these little old huts ourselves. We plow the fields. We fend off the bandits. That means we deserve to rule Varnhold ourselves. We no more need for strangers. What a fool. Do you even remember whose gold bought those weapons? Who taught you to fight? Who gathered the militia in the first place? What you say is true. You have helped us arm ourselves, and for that we are thankful. That's just all you are? You're thankful? Idiots. See, this is what it's like. I can't believe. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with these type of people in real life. At least not yet. Okay. That's why we don't want to break away from the kingdom. We just want to rule our own homes. What gives you the idea that you, living in the capital, know better than us what Varnhold really needs? Trust me, you'll only thank us once you set us free. What the? I agree with this person. You're not fit to lead the militia, Turball. Why hasn't this revolt already been dealt with, Turbo? Forgive me, your highness. It's just the half-elf lowers her voice. These were our people, your highness, our neighbors, farmers, craftsmen. I didn't want to spill even more blood, but I suppose I failed, haven't I? Yes, you have. And of you, it's time I took care of you myself. Who is he talking to? Is it Turval? And I just kill her? But no. Lawful neutral. Turval, take care of your people right now. I will support you. Yes, your highness. Now we'll put these upstarts in their place. Huh, you wish. You hear that, folks? They won't want us to run home with our tails between our legs. They want us to run home with our tails between our legs. What do you think? We fighting for our land or what? Okay. Now they need to learn they're playing with the big level 6. Don't they know they're playing with the big leads? They can't just be all this pathetic. Chain lightning. What the? Okay, that is 43. I don't have controlled fireball. I'm just gonna use a controlled fireball. So there's really no point in hasting, but why not? Hit. Kill. I think Akunde will finish off the rest of them. Well, that's unfortunate. One left. How can you not hit these level 6 characters? Gives you a tired look, but there's an ingratiating tone to her voice. Please, your highness, do not execute these fools. Yes, they have overstepped their bounds, but this was simply folly. nothing more. I implore you, have mercy on the guilty, and do not disband the militia altogether. Lawful good. Place them under house arrest until they come to their senses. As for the militia, I'll give you one more chance. Let them live, but the militia will have to be dismissed. You are too unreliable. Hang the troublemakers and disband the militia. I am the law in this land. I don't want to disband the militia yet. I do. And Vanhi. Vanhi is my apprentice, basically. Anyway, because the militia is a good idea. We'll give them one more chance. Turval smiles, her face beaming with gratitude. Thank you. You have my word. This will not happen again. We won't let you down. Listen up, you oafs. Away with you. Back to your homes, everyone. The Varnholm militia, second chance. I don't know why you say don't kill them. It looks like they're pretty dead to me, but whatever. Turval's that way. Why are my people... Is it heavy? Oh, that's why. Luckily, we have a teleporter, so it's like... we don't have to do any, like, super traveling. So I'm going to sell all this stuff, and then we'll come back. Okay, now it is time to rank up. Grand Diplomats. We're doing Grand Diplomats because we need to get our minister as fast as possible. I believe we have the stats. Our relations should be rank 4. Grand Diplomat when the community rank reaches 4, and then we'll get the minister when the relations reaches rank 4. I'm pretty sure that it is ready for rank 4. But before we do that, let's go to the map. Glenshire. Okay, now we can upgrade that. Now Glenshire is a town, so we can use this BP to build. We can get an exotic garden. That's not where we're going to build. Library. There's building often overseen by a sage or scholar. +1 to stability when adjacent to a courthouse. +1 to culture when adjacent to a printing house. This is a long house, and it evolves into a town hall. This is what we need, the Major's Tower. Also hosts a teleportation circle when built in a separate slot. So we can put it... Nah, it's over here, unfortunately. Build. I'm gonna have to put it right here. It doesn't get any bonuses for being right here, but it will be fine. So I can spend some money to purchase more BP. I'm always making BP. Let's get 100 or 1,000. It's gonna take 80,000. I have about 50,000 left. So view and then build. So I can pretty much make all of these things. I'm not gonna make goblin cult quarters. I don't need all that extra stuff right now. Sacred Grove can now be built in a settlement housing a lumberyard, which I don't have. I'll get my military and I'll get my divine when adjacent to a monolith. This is a watchtower, so I can make a monument. Probably might build a monument. Monument can be a statue to the city, so let's get a Sacred Grove, and then I can put a monument. I wish I could put it like right here. That would be nice. Put a Sacred Grove right there, and then put a monument. Tavern, relations, barracks, building. Probably if I put a shrine right there too, because I think the shrine would benefit it. +1 divine when adjacent to a monument, and +1 to loyalty when adjacent to a longhouse. Oh snap. So I should have put the Sacred Grove right here, and then I could put the monument right. I could put the monument right here, and then I could put the shrine right there. That would have been the better plan. I'm gonna lose out. So Okay, so now I can get the shrine +1 on the loyalty when adjacent to a longhouse. So I can put shrine right here. And now I can get the monument. Put the monument right there. I know I just lost 50 BP, but who cares? Okay, so now to buy what I really wanted to buy, which is courthouse is good the way it is. According to +4 to resolving problems with the warden in this region, restricted to kingdoms with the lawful alignment, so I can build a courthouse as well. Courthouses give me community and stability, which would be good, but not right now. Let us build the Mage's Tower. Put that right there. Okay, great. I could do a lot. I could do a Nethys library. Divine when adjacent to a shrine counts as a library. +1 is divine when adjacent to a shrine. That's a shrine. So I can put Nethys library right here. Then I have these three, and then I can put a courthouse right there. Let me see. Regular library +1 is stability when adjacent to a courthouse. +1 to culture when adjacent to a printing house. Printing house is. I don't have a printing house. Well, that's all I need to build right there. I'll save the money. I just needed that initial stuff. And wall. Get the wooden walls built. Longhouse upgrade for loyalty. Tavern upgrade for relations. Barracks upgrade for military. For garrison. Bulletin board can't upgrade it. Watchtower can't upgrade it. Shop can be upgraded. Good. And then I'll probably upgrade the stuff in my main capital. Because I do want this stuff just upgraded. So enter here. See what's built here. I have 29 out of 40 stuff, 40 slots. Banks for my economy. Can't upgrade that, so that's already upgraded. Courthouse, that's already fully. Alchemist laboratory, upgrade to magic shop. Garrison, upgrade to boost the military. So I'm just gonna upgrade everything here. Well, I do need to upgrade the other people's places. Because I don't want to build a goblin quarters here. I got Arlene's magical rarities shop, so I could probably upgrade that. Shop, foundry, Nethys library, shrine, brewery, library. Okay, Arlene's magical rarities, that can be upgraded. And then we'll upgrade it to studio. So now she's all the way upgraded. That's gonna give us, and now I can do a theater, produce culture. Increases culture by 1 for each adjacent building that increases culture. So I can put the theater right here because the mansion produces culture. That'll be great. Put culture right here, and then put another thing that boosts culture right there. I just don't know what's that gonna be. Maybe a park. +1 to culture when adjacent to a museum. If I put the park right there. But I don't have a museum close to. I can make a museum, but it's not gonna fit because. I can put a museum right there. Then I can put a park. Then I can put Nethys' library. Because it's going to give me culture. +1 to divine when adjacent to a temple. Oh, that would be cool. Got a jail. Got a watchtower. Jail's looking good. So everything's looking good here. Got my waterfront. Mage's Tower is all the way over there. I can get a school that's going to give me culture. But I think I already have a school here. No, I don't. +1 divine when adjacent to a shrine, +1 to military. When adjacent to a barracks. This inn could be, the inn is already fully upgraded. Tavern, that doesn't produce culture. So I'll just save my money for right now. I'll save my build points. Go to rank up. Go with Lindsay. Start it. So we have 9 events, and Ancient Curse Part 4 is done. Now I have to do Ancient Curse Part 5. Ancient Curse Part 4 is finished. Now, new attack is coming. We have 276 days. Discuss the attacks that are coming from the Bald Hilltop. So we're going to discuss that next as well. So now we're rank 3. Red Light, she messed up on that. The curator fervently supported Calistria as follows. She stated that the brothel's adversaries were concealing their pursuit of power and false concerns for chastity. These hasty words led to violence, and Aristo's followers were chased from the region with sticks and stones. So -1 loyalty, that's fine. Bloody Vendetta, okay. Got +6 to loyalty, good. We lost community. And the king's envoy managed to do the impossible. The families not only made peace, but together started restoring order to the city. We need to boost community up. Got military improved. The army went into the woods with torches and drawn swords, and half the day the last of the disgusting creatures had been cut down. Great. Trade agreement with Galton. Economy is up +5. Good. So we could sell the soul jar. It requires 30 days to solve. There are plenty. We'll do that when it's time. Let me see what other things pop up. The King's wheels the way. We have a serene. From stable to serene, so we need to increase that even more. Iron Heart of the Land. Turn the whole region into your stronghold, safe from all enemies, foreign or domestic. Effect +3 bonus to resolve any situation with the general, warden, or minister in this and all adjacent regions. Which one is that? Look at the map. Is it Oblivion? Usually they'll tell me. Olympus Camelins already has their upgrade. Silverstep doesn't have an upgrade. Varnhold doesn't have options. Orenvale, military outpost. That's Skyhaven. Brunshill Fortress is South Gnarl Marches. Oh, Ironheart of the Land. I might as well get that one now, because Ironheart of the Land gives me the bonuses. Not Aristo's holy place. Northmarch could become a true home for Aristo's followers. I could do that. Diamond in the Rough, definitely not doing that. That's lame. Or I can get the It's a Magical Place. +5 bonus to resolve any situation with the Magister or High Priest in this region. Also provides +5 competence bonus to Knowledge Arcana and Religion checks everywhere in the kingdom. Ah, that's good. So it's between the Ironheart of the Land, General, Warden, or Minister. Because I usually don't have problems with the other guys, and I get 3 from this one, so I'll probably do this one. Let's see what other events. Grand Diplomat wants to discuss important matters. We'll do that. Visitor waits in the capital. We'll go with that. Treasurer requests your attention. We'll do that. Flight from a god. A large group of fugitive slaves from Rasmiran approach the border. There are numerous craftsmen and artisans among them. Will they find safe refuge here? I could put Tristan on it. Ah, this is 31. I have until the 8th to do this. I can do crisis points. Bread and circuses. Someone has started a ridiculous rumor that now gladiators from Timon will take part in a tournament. That's an opportunity. We don't have to worry about that. We still got to do this one, but this one can wait. And this one can wait as well after we get some more crisis points. The People's Wrath. There has been a riot in the region, people rebelling against a corrupt mayor. Their accusations may be justified or they may be nothing but baseless defamation. This must be decided and dealt with. The region requires a stable administration or the rioting will soon spread. Send our highest person. Have Amiri do it. We need him for something else. So I have Amiri do this one. 61%. Not very good. I definitely want to take advantage of this opportunity and put Tristan over here and then like put 2 crisis points. Luckily we have the crisis points. But first we need to talk to our advisor, see what's going on. Lindsay shifts from foot to foot. Vanhi, not all diplomatic problems are solved openly. Sometimes a problem needs to be concealed, and sometimes knowledge must be ciphered and secrets overheard. To do this, you would need a spy chief. I'm not fit for the job. I'm used to speaking my mind, not keeping silent. Please find a worthy minister for this position. And meanwhile, I will try to handle today's delicate matter. There is a guard detail from 7 arches at the border. They were sent by the voice of the wind, one of the elder druids who rule 7 arches, a diplomat and chief scout. Their guard keeps insisting there's an elf hiding in our land, a fugitive who slipped out of their city. They asked us to help capture him, or at least not to hinder their search. But in 7 arches they'll say an elf is a criminal when they really mean he's a hindrance. Since it wasn't us who sentenced him, why should we assume that he's the villain? It would be better if find him and help him get back home to Keonan. Tell me about this conflict between 7 archers and Keonan. 7 archers are built on a spot that is sacred to elves. The elves fled from their once and druids. The oak stewards have ruled there ever since. The elves of Keonan would like to return their shrine or at least be granted access to it, but druids are wary of Keonan and feel hostile to any elves as their help the guards find and arrest the runaway elf. I'll get relations +3 and divine +3. Make sure the elf reaches Keonan, relations +3 and arcane +3. We aren't going to interfere. I'll get community, loyalty, and stability. So really I get bonuses no matter what. We go with Lindsay's suggestion, relations. The elves of Keonan the elves are going to be against us anyway. So I'm really we'll let Lindsay decide, because I really don't care if the Keonan hasn't decided to attack yet. Helping him get home is a nice thing to do. I'll make sure we find the elf and get him back home safely. I'm sure Keonan will appreciate the friendly act. They might even send a letter of gratitude along with some ancient magical books. Oh, I should stop daydreaming. Yeah, you should. Endeavors, easier claim. Perfect. Let's see what easier claim gives us. Is this our treasure? I've put off this conversation for a long time, but I can't do it anymore. It's time we discuss a vice that's tormented your country from the moment of its creation. A vice is beneficial, but it is devastating. I'm referring to the black market which thrives in your land. Since I took the position of treasurer, I've dedicated myself to strengthening the legitimacy of your power. I work day and night so that no one would dare say that you're just another in the long line of bandit lords that have tormented these lands. But what legitimacy are we talking about if our trading ports are open to pirates, fences, and smugglers? Yes, clandestine trade does bring a lot of gold into the treasury. However, your good name is easily sold, but impossible to buy back. If you allow pigs and vultures at your table, how can you expect people of honor to sit next to them? For the future of your country, I urge you to place customs houses in the ports and put an end to the black market once and for all. Shadow trade must be put to an end. I command the establishment of proper customs. Let's have things as they are. Order our guards to stay away from captains carrying suspicious cargo. Minus community, minus stability, but I get the economy. But if I do this, this is an obvious choice benefits wise and for the sake of the country. They're bandits, they're trash, of course. We're not going to keep them in the city. Support the treasure endeavors, customs, improving economic status. I will go immediately to organize customs. That's the decision of a true sovereign, whose country will stand not for days and weeks, but for years and ages. Don't give any thought to your lost profits. Whatever we lose by chasing away thieves and bandits, we regain 100-fold from deals made with worthy partners. Yeah, we don't need thieves and bandits anymore when we trade with countries. Now they're going to talk about the bald hilltop. Items received 14,100 gold. A new day and a fresh victory, Your Highness. Another attack has been repelled, and your grateful subjects have a special reward for you. Lindsay gives Tristan an oddly serious look. It was you who was behind the attacks, wasn't it? But why? Tristan drops his head limply. Yes, at least to a certain extent, my lady. Tristan's lips curved scornfully. Narissa ordered me to open the way for creatures from the first world. I've often traveled between worlds, so it's not a difficult thing to do. Golarion is closely connected to the first world. Spontaneous portals between the two worlds are not uncommon. All I did was give one such portal some extra stability. Once every few months it opened wide enough to allow Narissa's creatures to come charging through. What I did was terrible. People were dying all the time because of me, and I could do nothing but warn them of the next attack. I mourn the losses every day. My only hope is that one day I'll be able to make up for these evil acts. The storyteller's voice is quiet but firm. In any case, I doubt that Tristan's repentance will somehow prevent the next attack. The attacks will continue? What? As with the ever-blooming flower, I only helped Narissa open a portal from the first world to Golarion. I'm not the one leading her armies. Tristan, I will help you earn forgiveness. Together we will defeat Narissa. Forget about your past mistake, Tristan. Focus on your future. Lawful evil. You better work hard to atone for your mistakes, Tristan, unless you want to beg for my executioner's forgiveness. It will help for the next day. It doesn't matter who's behind it. Lawful evil. Turns even paler, but answers with a determined nod. Ha ha ha. You gotta put these devas in their place. Not even angelic creatures can deny my power. We will prepare for the next attack. It doesn't matter who's behind it. We won't let them win. Storyteller nods. I'm sure of it. Your kingdom is far stronger than your enemies imagine, as you remind them from time to time. They should send an actual army, because my party of 6 can take out 30 of them. I am happy to see you, O most worthy one. A new gift and new stories await. Please accept this fine item. It was been crafted according to the traditions of Vudrani craftsmanship. Even in the impossible kingdoms, possessing something so precious would inspire awe and envy. I thank you, Shania Hatatu. I will gladly relay a story from my homeland that inspired me to create this item. But alas, due to another pressing matter, I must take my leave sooner than I would like. Goodbye. Oh, more. Good day to you, my king. Travelers from other lands often visit the capital, and your subjects have many contacts in foreign lands as well. I managed to acquire something particularly curious from one of my new acquaintances. Black Raven staff, a gift for my favorite customer. We'll see if it's good. But I have the profane staff, so it's like, get ready for anything, whatever. Black Raven staff. 24 to 29 damage. The plus 3/4 staff grants as well the ability to cast Waves of Fatigue spell 3 times per day as a 9th level wizard, and Wave of Enfeeblement spell at will as a wizard of level equal to the wielder's caster's level. It says at will. This is a good spell. I mean, not a good spell, but a good item. Actually gave me a good item. But who would I give it to? Because I don't want to give it. I don't want to waste Vanhi's power on it. It's still gonna be sold. I could give it to Lindsay. Alright now. Oh, and then Akundio, I'll give him this crossbow just in case we encounter a situation where I can't. Oh, this is a comma, persecutor. Shock enhancement, finesse wielding, monk weapon, wielder ability to cast thundering drum spell once per day as a 7th level bard. It's not a kukri, unfortunately. But anyway, now we can go back to our kingdom affairs because we have a lot of more options. So we got relations up, treasure, more economy, visitor. We already have that stuff. Projects. Improving economic static. The cost of buildings with a static economy bonus and Doran Bank, Bar College, Federal Trade Shop, Waterfront is reduced by 15%. Choose an advisor to handle this event. Advisors will act according to their position and government beliefs. Oh, now we can get the minister. Okay, so Equinox for nonviolent and honorable manners. However, we're gonna have you. Jubilos is secretive and scheming. He doesn't have time to waste on morals. I like this option. Okay, but I get +8 with a Kundio. Okay, let's see how that'll fit. Loyal servants. Council is complete. So if I put Akundio as minister, and then I do this other option, Lander's gift, he has a +13. Versus if because sometimes when I put certain people in here, espionage +2, go to others, I still get +13. He doesn't have time to waste on more. So I'm gonna keep Jubilos here. Lander Lebedet, fortune trader, solved by the gambit. Roll checks with a penalty. With spies in the kingdom, all events that could be solved by the grand diplomat or minister roll 2 checks with a penalty of -2 and pick the worst result. Definitely gonna get this out the way. Start the project, get that out the way. Curses are busy. Not gonna work on strengthening because I don't use any of them people. Improving economic stability. That's can do customs. Allow easier resolution of economic problems, providing +2 bonus to solving any problem with the treasurer. Probably do that one. Region claims and upgrades cost 15% less. That's a good thing too. Customs. Okay, so let's do these events. Oh, I have projects. Improving economic status. Which one is this? Customs. Support the treasurer's endeavors. Could do that. Easier claim. Support the grand diplomat's endeavors. That's something. Okay, events. So now we can. Bread and circuses is an opportunity. Flight from a god. I still have. This needs to be done by the 8th. So we'll send Tristan to do it. Let's go with 85% chance. That's good enough. Black Ravine, I'm not going to deal with that. Support the treasurers, we're not going to do that. Improving economic stability, I want to do customs. That way I can get the bonus to resolve any problems with the treasurer. Start project. Okay. Now, so we need to put some other people to work. Training, curses, we can't do any curses right now. Regions, I do want to do Iron Heart of the Land. +3 bonus to any situation with general, warden, or minister. Definitely want to do that one. So I'm going to get with that one. Easier claim. I'll put Lindsay up to it. Trade agreement with Gout. Could have Lindsay. Circulation allows the cunning and experience. We're not going to do this one because we don't build based off of unrest. And +3 B each time the grand diplomat successfully resolves the situation. Let's go with that one. Start this project. Trade agreement. We can't do any trade agreements right now. We'll do the trade agreements on the next route. Then we sell the soul jar. Trading with Restov. I could put Valerie on that. Our good relations with first. I think we need to rank up, or at least find out who can help us do the project. This is the economy project. Trading with Restov, enhanced trade, strategic partnership with Brevoy, and 1 BP per week for each relation rank above 6. we can begin to upgrade that, but I want to upgrade economy first. Other regions. Okay, if I want to get Iron Heart of the Land, I'm going to need Keston Garest. Okay, Keston will help me do that. So that means I can put everyone else to work. So I don't want to do the events. The events are already taken care of for now. So rank up economy. Enhanced trade with New Stetson. I could put Valerie. Our alliance with House Tova allows us to conduct trade with New Stetson on favorable terms. Effect increases each settlement income by +1 when trading with Sertova. So that's an option. Strategic partnership with Bavoy. Economy and relations +7. Not yet. Improving economic status. Easier claims. That's something to do. Trade agreement with Gout. Not yet. Sell the Soul Jar, but I want Clonera to do that. Trading with Restov. Brevin border with non-military upgrades. Restov on favorable terms. Every region along the Brevin border with non-military upgrades. I don't know which of my towns don't have a military upgrade. So I think everyone is pretty much assigned to something. Trading with Restov, strategic partnership. I'm going to need more money because I'm only going to have 802 because I don't have anything to buy right now. So we'll get 802. So now we know our limit to spend. Support Warden's endeavors, support Curator's endeavors. So at the moment, this is going to cost 600. That's going to cost a greater deal. That gives me 350 to spend. So not doing that, not doing trading with Restov. Trading with Restov is cheap. So I can just do it for 45 days. Enhanced trade with New Stetson, that's 650. You don't have the money. 300. Each relation rank above 6 increases economy and relations by 7. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we can do what I want to do. Iron Heart of the Land. Oh, that only took a week. Oh, probably because I got the upgrade. Ha! A minister demands your attention. Forgotten knowledge. An ancient hermit's cabin, which used to belong to an old elven mage, has been discovered in the marshes. The dusty library contains fascinating books in an ancient language now forgotten. Everyone's busy. That needs to be done by the 1st of Eridus. I don't have anyone to do that. The giants. I don't have anyone to do that either, unfortunately. Okay, let's talk to our minister. Jubilos, Vanhi, surely you realize that once you enter into intrigue, you will attract very close attention. All our neighbors are wondering who we are and how we can be used. And since we're but a quail among hawks, it's essential to be very careful. This is why I'm asking you to keep my doings secret. Introduce me as a minister, simply a minister. I wouldn't be surprised to find actual ears on your palace's walls. Ask me what we found in the merchant's caravan if you don't believe me. A guard discovered a stash for smuggled goods and a spy's gear was inside. It included very curious mathematical ciphers from Ustalav. I must admit, they are very elegant. We failed to identify the owner of the package, but judging from its contents, this specialist is dangerous. Our people are helpless against him. They can't even catch their finger before it finds its way up their noses. Trying to track down a spy is out of the question, but you can't torture all the caravan's members. The merchants wouldn't approve of it, so we must tread lightly. We should threaten to confiscate their goods and kick them out. Trust me, they'll give us their information and know that. Let the guards watch those who arrive by the caravan. Tell the merchant that if they fail to hand over the stranger, we'll seize their gold and goods. Put all the merchants on the rack. Ha! Who, in your opinion, sent the spy? I think of it as everyone at once. All countries are tied together by a chain of intrigue. Some would send their agents because they're scared, others would send them because someone else did. The third one sends spies to watch the other two. Everything is interconnected. Jubilos notices your facial expression and sighs. We don't know who sent them yet. Anyway, I trust your opinion. Perfect. The merchants would rather hand over their own mothers than lose their goods. They traveled a long way here, so they got to know their fellow travelers. They recognized a stranger in an instant. New events. Support the minister's endeavors, scouting the northern regions, scouting the central regions. Perfect. Now I have more assignments to put on people. I think I still have the curator. As long as I have one rank up mission to do, will be good. And I still have the warden's endeavors, and I still have the curator's endeavors that I can put on. Scouting the central regions. Send scouts to the Shrike Hills and the South Mile Marches to uncover potential threats and points of interest. I can send Keston this way, or I can. Okay, great. Scouting the northern. Let's scout the northern regions. Why not? Keston Gares can do that. Scout. We don't have the wardens busy, so now our next one is to support the curator's endeavors, or I can upgrade a region. Let me look at the map. Silver Shield Fortress is underway in regions becoming safer. I don't know what the other upgrade is. Prerequisite for the Road of Shields project, no special effect. I wish I knew what the other stuff was before I could make a decision. Because Ormvale, I only know the military outpost one, so I don't want to upgrade that. Cane Lands, the horse breeding was just obvious pick. Glenshire, I still have 2 reasons to. There's not much. Glenshire is a bunch of plains. This is a bunch of forest area. These are some mountainy areas. I do need to explore, but I have a lot of ranking up to do. Scouting the central region. Okay, so now we can do a rank up thing. Not support the minister's endeavors because he is busy. So we're gonna support the curator's endeavors. Start project. Get us some gold too. And then have Canera sell a soul jar. We have 8 events. Support the curator's endeavors. Culture reach rank 3 thanks to the curator and the king. Culture development and the kingdom has reached new heights. Flight from the God, got that opportunity, +5 loyalty, relations, SPI. The messenger of the king harbored the slaves, covered their tracks and started a rumor that they were seen somewhere around Gout. Rasmir's hounds took the bait. Buried in circuses, I know. Forgotten knowledge. I didn't have anyone to put on that. The People's Wrath. Military +3. The advisor's servants conducted an investigation, punished the mayor, and appointed a successor, thus showing that justice always prevails. The new mayor might be more honest and efficient than the predecessor. Good. Prove diplomacy. Diplomats will bring in additional resources. Good. Customs. Providing +2 to solve any problem with the treasurer. Good. Events. Curator needs your help. Ashes and dust. A band of arsonists is on the loose in the city. They're extorting money from homeowners. I don't have to do this now. It's the 9th. A mysterious letter has arrived at the castle. I will read that. The truth. Why didn't I start this event? Caden is urging your subjects to settle their disputes through duels rather than court. Our youth are just zealously. Truth and Blade, 70%, that's fine. Black Ravine, 65%. Became even more dangerous after a group of grim Cryo travelers visited them. Black Ravine. This doesn't have to be done until the 10th. The Giants, +3 to economy. Several slightly wild giants have wandered into the settlement. They wish to be hired as hands. They are powerful and might be useful. Canera seeks to fill. Why do I have Canera on here? If I can just have a Miri. Because I can have Canera sell a soul jar. So I'll start the event with that one. And then Tristan can do this one. 65% is kind of low. And it is a problem. But it's not that big of a problem. So I'm not going to waste my stuff for that. Strengthen the storyteller skills as a curator. I don't have him as a curator. Learns new nuances of their craft and becomes more efficient in their post. Choose an advisor to handle this event. The storyteller. Strengthen the storyteller skills as curator. So I can put him as curator instead of magister. But nah, he's busy right now, so I can't use it. Have the storyteller be the curator, and then have Jathel be the minister. But I think Jubilo's personality trait, as far as advisors, fits the minister. So we'll wait until a time. Let's see who talks. Looks like we're finally about to see another part of the story about Darwin and Linsha, but this time a peaceful solution seems an unlikely outcome, Lindsay sighs. Our esteemed captain has sent us a message. Here, take a look. Darwin's invitation. He writes that he's built a city near your border and invites you to be his guest, but his invitation has a foul smell, if you ask me. Linsha is bound to be there too. I can bet that these two will be at each other's throat even before we show up. Lindsay suddenly realized something. You won't be offended that I read your letter, right? It's just that the courier brought in an unsealed paper, so please don't read any letters. Fine, we'll go there as soon as we have time to spare. I don't want to have anything. Fine, we'll go there as soon as we have to. Brian Hart has been revealed. I guess we should hurry or they'll probably kill each other before we even get there. Okay, great. Who's next? The treasurer reports that we've allocated more money than we actually spent on culture. A considerable sum of money remains. Money must be put to work, so I suggest you invest in one of 3 projects. The first is a famous local violin player who wishes to tour our neighbors' lands. The second is a book of local legends and traditions assembled by a provincial teacher, but the most promising is a series of etchings depicting your military campaign. This artist's love of her motherland is most impressive. Soldiers risk their lives every day for these lands. Let them enjoy some well-deserved glory. Let's order a series of actions from the artist. Military stability, culture and traditions, community loyalty, culture. Let our neighbors learn all about the talented people who our lands will help. Tell me more about each candidate. A musician wishes to tour around the river kingdoms. It's not our best option, but it could enhance your image among our most sensitive citizens. The provincial teacher's proposal was the least promising. A book of peasant superstitions and stories will lead nowhere of interest. Considering our position, I believe that supporting the artist in her workshop would be most useful. You might print many copies of these etchings and thus elevate the prestige of military service. Besides, she herself wishes to paint your glorious army and remarkable warriors as faithfully as possible. She said she would not fall victim to the provocation of whiners and cowards. Okay, we'll go with that. A fine choice. Sherelle. The half-elf is clearly embarrassed to be in this place. He shuffles his feet and bows shyly. Greetings, your he's going to be something. Draping veil of prowess. Thank you. I hope to see more. I'll leave. Who is this? Is this her? That's not her lane. Turval. Okay. Greet you with a half-bell. Your Highness, please accept this new gift. Lightning belt. The half-elf hands a wrapped parcel to you. I personally vouch for its quality. I made it with my own. Another lightning bolt. Thank you for supporting our militia. We bought the best equipment and we've already begun with drills. As it happens, at the meeting I was elected captain. It must mean they trust me. Your soldiers are training my people as we speak. If you hadn't stepped in to help, none of this would have happened. But that was beside the point. I sincerely hope that my gift comes in handy. Tell me if it's something special you need. I can make any wish come true. Uh, I like to make something specific. Leather armor, leather gloves. We do need more gloves. Because we have belts. Belts are gonna naturally be the bonuses. Make a magical item for me. Show off your leatherworking skills. Make a magical item for me. Okay. You'll love what I come up with, I promise. When it comes to leather, I'm the best around. Okay, so let's see what she makes. Okay, so we need to go to Brian. We got some more loyalty. We got some culture. So now I just need to wait until they finish things. Mostly the curator. That's going to end in 10 days. So then I can figure out where to put them. And then Jubidos will be done in 24 days. So we'll go to Brian with Alpha Squad. Leave. Alpha Squad ready? Alpha Squad heads out. This is, I would say, one of my favorite games in a long while. Are you starting business? Subscribe to business. Okay. Why is this open? Oh, probably because I haven't looked at everything. So I have Wandering Monsters. This needs to be done before the 10th, which is going to be fine. I'll have Keston do it, or probably I'll have Amiri do it. Projects, support the curator's endeavors. I'll do that eventually. Okay, let's go to Brian. Haven't been to Brian. Oh, this might be a problem. I don't know how to get there. I think I might have to go this way. I don't know how to cross that river. Because it's not going to be over here. I'm going to have to cross it this way. Monster Den, maybe cross it this way. Or maybe cross it this way. Go up to the Dwarven Ruins and then go that way. Or cross the land this way. That's a very interesting way to do it. I don't know exactly how to get there. I'm going to assume that we can do it this way. Travel. Luck we have the land movement speed. What does he have? Quiver lightning arrows activated. Scouting with the northern regions. Our scouts have returned with news. What's the news? Three Pine Islet discovered. Our scouts discovered a notable location in the North Marches. A small islet in the middle of the Skunk River, topped by 3 pine trees, one of which is diseased and dying. Local fishermen are fighting over the name. Some think it should be called 2.5 Pine Islet. The pilot might be worth visiting. Oh, okay. I can go do that. Wandering Monsters. I can have Keston do it for 65%. The mob of monsters invaded the region, then dispersed into the woods and wilds. The land must be cleared of them before they cause great harm. I'm gonna wait and see if Amir can just do a better job. A band of artisans is on the loose. It's gonna. I'm gonna find someone better to do that. That needs to be done by the 9th, so when everyone else is done. So we'll have Keston do the other one. Scouting the central region, send scouts to the Shrike Hills and South Mile Marches. Takes 15 days to solve. That's perfectly fine. Okay, we can continue. Because I want to change out my advisors whenever I get a chance. Because I think Jathel's job will be better if she was given Minister. Since she seeks to control and dominate. Before I get outside. 3 Pine Islet discovered. Scouts discovered in the North Mall Marches. Success. After a short respite, the scouts could return to their duties and continue exploring the northern regions. Oh, was that already done? Didn't they already do that? This was in the north, Three Pine Islet. I will go down there and actually go search it out. This is not it. How do I get here? That's the question. Path to this location, because I can't go this route. So it's none of, it might be here. But then that's going to be over in that location. So it looks like I might have to go all the way here and explore over in this area, because I have to get over here. Let's see. Let's travel. Just try to find out which place makes more. Probably if I. Okay, that's everything. Take that out. This is just my territory. Let's do it this way. That way I have the territory and everything looks green. Oh, okay, I can just do it like that. Okay, great. Let's rest. Manage. Now we can put Lindsay right here, and we can have Knock Knock do the camouflage. Oh, they don't talk in this one. Sometimes they talk, sometimes they don't talk, which is understandable. It's not every night they're gonna have a reminiscence of stories. Okay, now we're in Breinhart, his little town, just in case we get in a fight. Let's buff. Crazy buffs. If you ever seen Overlord or read the book series, then you know how buff around, how Ain's buffed ridiculously. And he didn't just buff either. He also planted traps and stuff like that. But he prepared for the battle for real. And you know I'm one to prepare for a battle. Oh, honestly, I think I'm just the most powerful. Mutagen dexterity, acid maw, aspect of the falcon. Okay, let's go. Already a fight. Hell Knight of the Rack. Let's attack this one. Ridiculous. Oh, we'll go after this one. Make him fall. Ooh, that one's doing decent damage. Divine power is not going to save you. Let's do it. What level are they to do that much damage? Mercenary. I wish I knew. Can't haste everyone from here. But if I move right here, I might be able to haste everyone if I use myself as a center. Yes. Decent amount of damage. I would love if everyone stayed in one spot. But this is enough people. 3. Oh, and a 4th. I'm just going to control fireball. Inspire courage while I can. Get closer. Yeah, just kill them all. I want them all to get in one spot. Divine power. They're just really making it difficult for me to just kill them all with a fireball. They probably know. They probably heard of me. And then was all like, nah, we're not going to get all in one place for him to fireball. Not like these people, because they're getting all in one place. Oh, you fool. I will definitely sacrifice. Now I don't have to sacrifice the guy. Oh, definitely empowered fireball. Do they not know who I am? I don't know why that guy didn't use his attack of opportunity. But they're doing great. I don't even need to plan a fireball. But fireballs are just so useful. It's like it'll be irresponsible of me not to use a fireball. Okay, time for the end. Empowered fireball. 5th level spell. This is one of the fact that I can use meta magic is like even better. And do you know they all have some good weapons? So you know it. I just have to take. Collect. Darwin must pay real good if he managed to hire even you. Ha. He must. 20,000. That's decent. That's a lot of bill points. That's 6,000 gold more than just my people could scrape up to say thank you. But we're becoming stronger. Darwin, oh, you're just in time. To be honest, I started to worry that you'd be late. Couldn't delay the show any longer. The criminal has summoned the traitor for help. I shouldn't be surprised. Lynch's lips tightens into a thin line. Now I'll just have to kill the both of you. Saves me time later. Stop now. It's not too late to resolve this peacefully. All that friendly stuff out the window. Let's finish her off, Darwin. Oh, chaotic neutral. I'll help you, Lynch. It's not too late to resolve this peaceful. Let's finish her off, Darwin. Yeah, let's do the lawful path. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. Darwin's smile looks wolfish. Coward, both of you are cowards and scum. Hell Knight's charge. You put them all in one place, you fool. We'll put our dog right there. Empowered fireball. Those who failed died. Don't fail your save. You fail your save, you die. That's not even a maximized empowered fireball. Maximized empowered fireball will be 8th level. Bro, they're so lucky. Oh, they have more. You think slow is gonna save you? Linsha? We'll save Linsha for later. Let's deal with these. Yup. Slow didn't save them. Okay. Summon. Let's give the air elemental a chance to play. Dang it, why didn't you summon the attack? How did you miss that first attack? Okuneo. Okay. Linsha. Have you gotten any stronger? Will save. Decent. I need Bone Shatter. Let's test your power. You have good fortitude. Not good touch. Oh. You lucky I missed with my disintegrate. You lucky I missed. I'm definitely gonna have to get this disintegrate on Vanhi. Scorching ray, since it's attack, empowered scorching ray. Ha! Murder eye. Defeat Linta. She's over with. He good. We have Lynch out the way. Got a bunch of loot. She should have shown some respect. Could have did the peaceful route, but enough of that friendly stuff. Darvin stands over Lynch's body in silence, an expression of deep contemplation frozen on his face. A few moments later, he's grinning and brushing his hair with his fingers. You know, I've dreamt of this moment so many times. All my feelings seem burnt out. After so many years, my hunter is finally dead, and I stand over her dead body, making speeches full of pathos, melodramatic wisdom, and self-praise. But you know what? She deserves none of it. She who lived so wickedly cannot die an honest death. Darvin turns calmly away from the dead Lyncha, as if he's forgotten she ever existed at all. 50,000 gold? Good. You made a deal with me and remained true to your word to the end. In this regard, we are similar. I also keep my bargains by any means necessary. I promised you a reward, and I shall keep my promise. This is all I have for now, except for Brianheart, of course. Darvin winks painfully. With a neighbor like you, I need not be afraid of Hell Knights. Besides, I wouldn't expect them to dare venture this way anytime soon. Just give me a couple days, and I'll fill the city with traders and merchants, and come back anytime. Don't be shy. You'll always be welcome in my city. So you're no longer afraid of Mammoth's wrath? The Archdevil values contracts above all else. I'll manage to establish Brianheart before the deadline, and my city will become a stronghold of Mammoth's faith. A small price to pay for all that power, wouldn't you say? I'm glad that I helped your dream come true. And you earned a decent sum of money while you did. I know, right? Darvin gives you an understanding smile. But if we're talking seriously, I'm thrilled to have my lifelong dream come true, and it makes me doubly happy to realize that it's you who will be my neighbor. Get lost. I don't want to see you ever again. I'll most certainly be taking you up on the invitation. For now, farewell. Okay, great. Got us some serious cash. Eventually we can buy more scrolls. We already got a scroll of resurrection and all that other fun stuff. Now we can take this gold and use it to fund more trade agreements. And start to make our capital really a bastion of greatness. So we're going back to I do want to go to this 3 Pine Islet. So 1 day and 2 hours, that's fine. When we'll get there, we'll come back. Okay, now it's time to rank up again. We're not going to do the circus. After we rank up one of them, we'll looks like it will be the curator. 14 days to solve, star project, and then we'll have 25 days to do one of the events that pops up. We have a lot of ranking up to do. Support the curator's endeavors, culture ranked 4, good. Truth of the blade, problems, she failed. We got loyalty, but we lost these. There was some faltering attempt to change the local laws and make duels equal to court hearings, but the legislators only introduced more confusion. Problem. The giants, okay, at least we got the giants in. Secret cache in the central regions. Our scouts found a treasure in the central regions. They're sure they've covered the area, and there are no more points of interest in the South Nara marches and Shrike Hills. So I can go get that. The Trail of Daring Lord. Good, we got that opportunity. She brought us more economy. Great, great, great. 119 on our economy. Treasure managed to strike a deal with the adventurers. She provided them with supplies and helped them prepare for the dangerous expedition. Strategic partnership with Vanhi. Economy and relations have increased. Reach relations above 6. Don't don't worry. Research into the nature of curses, Jenna Tannerson. He's finished. The case proves beyond any reasonable doubt that words possess true power. Even a person with no magical ability at all can place a curse upon someone, even without knowing what they're doing. This research has increased our understanding of arcane and divine magic. We have acquired a deeper understanding of the nature of curses. Okay, we researched Tristan's curse. Although there's no evidence that Nerissa actually cursed Tristan, it seems that the nymph has some special power over creatures that have lost something vital to them. This could be a clue to the nature of Nerissa's own curse. This research has increased our understanding of arcane and divine magic. We have acquired a deeper understanding of something. Scouting the central regions. Send scouts to the Strike Hills and South Normarsh to uncover potential threats and points. Our scouts have returned with new. Good. Let's see what events we have. Rest in peace. A local leader and loyal servant to the crown has died. He was a pillar of the community and an embodiment of stability. His death has stirred the community and raised questions about the future. Could send Jathel to do this. Let me look at my advisors because I want to see who can be replaced with who. So the Magister, I think the Magister, she's the only one I have. I can have Lucia Valentine be the Magister. Cautious. Because who else could be the Magister? Can't be Tristan. Tristan can't be the Magister. There's no one else can be the Magister. Jubilos is busy. And Jubilos is our curator. The storyteller could be the curator. Supports Lindsay is the grand diplomat. He's the magister. Jathel seeks to control and dominate. I think I'll keep them the way they are. But the training is tell me. Strengthen storytelling skills. The advisor learn new nuances of their craft and becomes more efficient in their post. Storyteller is caution and favors decisions that satisfy the interest. Can cost 100 BP. Strengthen the storyteller's skills as a curator. That's if I put them as curator. But who's going to be my magister? We can probably, because Lucia, until we find someone better, because she does have a +4. Even though she takes the -4 mercenary penalty. And we can, so Lucia will be our magister. Good. I don't know why it has this portrait, if the portrait could be bigger. But anyway. And then we'll have the storyteller supports cultural growth. And then we'll probably have Jathel. Okay. Storyteller as curator. Good. So now we can do the training. Strengthen the storyteller's skills as curator. Let me make sure there's no problems that we need the curator to solve. Military outrage. Some soldiers on leave have been bullying the peasants. Regular clashes have been occurring in the streets and taverns. That needs to be done by the 9th. Such brutality gives the army a bad name, and these fights will end up in a massacre sooner or later. The peasants have been forming gangs to catch and punish the Draken soldiers one by one. Opportunity. Let's deal with the problems. Rest in peace is an option for the curator. Military outrage. Ashes and dust. We do need to solve that. You might have to put some crisis points onto this one. Lucia will boost arcane. He will boost stability. Even if we put these crisis points on there, we can only increase it to 75%. The circus. Wandering monsters. A mob of monsters invaded the region. Putting Keston Garest here will probably be the best option. Rest in peace. Local leader. That's an option. I would love to have Tristan here. We can have the curator do this. Start event. Hunting season. A royal elk has been spotted in the forest. That's going to be 24. We're not going to deal with that right now. We still need to do band of arsonists. So probably okay. Opportunity hunting season. Military outrage. I'm gonna have Amiri do it. Success is 65%. Start event. The circus. We're not gonna deal with that. Wandering monsters. Mob of monsters invaded the region. That way we can, for ashes and dust, we can do 75% with that. Wandering monsters, 65%. At least something's done. Okay. Scouting the northern regions. We already used our scouts. Trading with Reinhardt. We boost economy by 200 if we do that. Okay, let's see what rank up options we have. Support the treasurers. We can have the Grand Diplomat. Lindsay could be the Grand Diplomat. Unless I can put Jathel there. I wanted to. Oh, I exited out. I should have just kept it. Chemo tapping his face down and haggard. Chemo bows to you. Forgive me for not coming for so long, and please accept this humble gift, my final gift to you. She has rejected me. She will not listen to my pleas. My work has no sense anymore. Just as my life, I shall bid you farewell and leave these lands. I'm glad to see you back. We'll think of something, I promise. But for now, you must go rest. As you wish. So crazy. What gift? I didn't see a gift, you fool. Await news from Chemo. Trash. Useless trash. Anyway, advisors. Where's Lindsay at? Grand Diplomat. Yeah, she's the only one who can serve the purpose. So we'll keep Lindsay there as the Grand Diplomat. We have all these other ones who haven't been chosen. Jathel and Akundeo can be used. Jod can be put as the High Priest. Jod does his best to solve problems without disrupting local traditions. And then we could train him. I'm not gonna have Magar become our person. We can really strengthen Jod's skills. The advisor learn new nuances of their craft and becomes more efficient in their post. But I prefer to keep Harem there. We'll keep Harem as our advisor. The circus hunting season, we don't have time for those. Actually, we do. But these are kind of difficult. Like, we can do Harem, but that's only going to give us 61% chance to complete that. Storyteller would have a better option. I can put Canera here for a 45% chance, but we're not going to do that. We're going to have her do something with the economy. Enhanced trade with Stetfin. I don't have money for that. Trading with Restov. I can sell the Soul Jar. One of our merchant guilds will become the main supplier of Ramirez and R. Increase economy relation by +5 and +4 BP per week. Easier claim. That would be nice. Improving economic status. So we have a lot of good stuff. So we just need the regent technically, or we can do the high priest. So regent, high priest, and then grand diplomat is an option. So we can do these ones. New Stetfin, Restov, sell the Soul Jar, trading agreement with Razmirin. I'll put Lindsay there. Start project. Improving economic status. Did I already do the one with other? Trading with Bridenhard. Why is this under other? Because it's going to boost some stuff. So we'll have the regent do this. So it'll take 30 days, and I'll get 5 BP per week. 5 BP per week. cost 200. That's perfectly fine. We can do the scouting eventually. And now with rank ups, the regent's been put someplace, so we still have the high priest, the treasurer. I'm about to put the treasurer to work in selling the soul jar. Retires 30 days to solve. I really need to upgrade our. We'll do that later, because I do need to boost up the economy. Easier claim. We don't have anyone for that. Okay, it's time to rank up. Well, time to rank up high priest. Okay, Vanhi is occupied with support the high priest endeavors. Divine reach 5. Thanks to high priest and the king, piety and faith in the kingdom is stronger than ever. Good. Black ravine failure. These places have had a bad reputation for a while, but they became renowned across Galarian. The kingdom of stolen lands and a vicious ruler are attracting renewed attention from across all of Galarian. Some new factions have taken a keen interest in the affairs of the king. I need to boost espionage, community, and culture so I can get them to 3-digit. Some interesting developments are surely about to unfold. Relations +1. Wandering monsters, stability, good. Our warriors mounted a large-scale raid and slaughtered all the monsters. Their bodies were stuffed and mounted in the chambers of Town Hall, symbols of a strong and glorious kingdom and an inspiration to the people. We need community, espionage, and culture. Mainly espionage and community. Military outrage. Some soldiers on leave have been bullying the peasants. Regular clashes have been occurring. We got a triumph. More loyalty, military stability. The soldiers were punished for their behavior. The most reckless troublemakers were expelled from the army in disgrace, and all remaining soldiers were reminded that their military service imposes certain duties and high standards in conduct. Townsfolk appreciated this approach and glorified the king. Ashes and dust has been improved. Arcane has been increased. The rumor spread through the streets that the magister had called the arsonists cowards and bastards. That night the bandit threw caution to the wind and lit fires all across the city, and as torrents of magical rain fell upon the city, the guards caught them one by one. Rest in peace. Culture increased. The authorities erected modest but thoughtful monument to the deceased. It is symbolic and means that the people's hero will remain with them forever. Lander's last gift. That's out of the way. We found most of Leda's agents, and the others have scattered in fear. We'll have no more trouble from those. Good. So let's see Jubilost. Why did we put you in the circus? Why did we do that? Oh, they automatically put you right there. Yeah, we're not going to have you right there. Hunting season. +3 loyalty. Nah. We need someone who's going to... we don't need stability right there right now. Advisors. Okay. So we can put Jathel here. Jathel is bloodthirsty and cruel, striking terror in her enemies' hearts. He doesn't have time to waste on morals. Oh, if I put Jathel in here, she'll be bloodthirsty and cruel, striking terror in enemies' hearts. If I can't put Jathel here as a warden. So I should have just kept her as the curator. Jathel seeks to control and dominate. I'd rather have her here, but I get the storyteller, the training bard. Strengthening Jod's skills as a high priest. Jod is not the high priest. Skills as curator. Learns new nuances of their craft and becomes more skilled. Minker skills as treasurer. Levita skills as regent, even though I don't know why that's still there. Magar, storytellers, Jods, Levitas. Strengthen Jod's skills as high priest. Strengthen Jod's skills as high priest. So they really want Jah to be the high priest. But I don't want him to be the high priest. Because Harem's doing already good stuff. High priest seeks your advice. We can definitely do that. We have a lot of projects, different events. We don't have that many events to do. Economy. We definitely need to rank up. Support the minister's endeavors. Support the general's endeavors. Support the counselors. We're going to need to boost up. We can do the magisters. I want to do the ministers so we can boost. Because he definitely needs to boost up. Because I just don't like. I liked the fact that we had Jathel controlling and dominating. So I'll probably put Jathel back in there. Oversees the kingdom's intelligence network and protects against espionage. Jathel is bloodthirsty and cruel, striking terror in her enemies' hearts. And Jubilos is secretive and scheming. I like him there. So for my fact, since this might be what they want, supports cultural growth. He gets more points to it. +5 charisma. The culture statistic measures the cultural and educational development of the kingdom and its subject. And small baronies, the counselor covers matters in the culture. But I want Jathel here. I definitely want Jathel here. It might not be mechanically correct, but it is role playing, and I will definitely role play this option. So we're gonna put the storyteller back as the magister, and that's how we're gonna do this thing. So let's talk to our high priest. Harem, a number of innocents require your protection, Vanhi. After suffering much bloodshed in the name of Aristotle, our peasants have begun casting a suspicious eye on followers of other religions as well. The more inscrutable the faith, the more unpredictable and dangerous the cult seems. There have been clashes with a small coven of silent lyncheries, whose sin is very minor indeed. They believe that speech is dangerous, fearing it leads to madness. They are to be beaten and banished merely for refusing to speak. They surely did nothing wrong. This reminds me of that show called The Leftovers. It was about the rapture. I don't know if you're familiar with Christian mythology, but the rapture in the world, God calls his faithful to heaven, blah 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 blah. So the Leftovers is pretty much some supernatural event. I didn't finish the entire series, but some supernatural event happened. A lot of people, I don't know if it was exactly half or what percentage of the population, just up and disappeared out of nowhere. So it was a supernatural event. They weren't like kidnapped or anything like that. And then a lot of people were thinking that it was like the rapture and stuff like that. But then there was these groups who were digging up dirt on people who have already left and showing, oh, it couldn't have been the rapture because these people weren't good and all that stuff. They had all this dirt in it. And then there was a group of people, I guess they just decided to stop talking to show their grief. It was a really interesting show. I'll probably have to go back to it eventually. But anyway, they surely did nothing wrong. These innocents are breaking no laws or traditions. Tell your soldiers to quiet their anger and leave the peaceful. Let these cultists find a new home for themselves beyond our borders. I don't like that. Those villagers had better settle down. That coven harmed no one. The followers of this strange religion have nothing to fear from me. I'll lose the loyalty, but I'm like, there's common sense. Why would I? These people crazy. Luckily, I don't need to improve loyalty, at least right now. Erline bows. Greetings, Your Highness. Allow me to alleviate your daily concerns with a humble gift from your admirer. I'm certain that you or one of your friends will find this trinket useful. It's come a long way to get to your hands. Scroll of Rage is useless. There's something else. My partner finally managed to send the article I promised. Now I just need to arrange its delivery. If you want your trophy, please do not disturb my work. Allow me to do my job and you'll have it. Thank you. I'll be expecting your future creations. Is this Chemo, the dumb? Chemo bows awkwardly, a brow smile dancing on the lip. It is ready. I brought you something, bulwark. Thank you. You can continue your work. good. High priest seeks your advice. Baron granted the advisor an audience to discuss the matter at hand. Divine +1. Projects. Support the high priest's endeavors. I could do that. Stats. All these are triple digits except culture and espionage. So let's go to the map. Glenshire I made into a town. So let's put things that improve espionage, and community should be increased. So let me build things that boost community and espionage and relations. Do it. I don't need a culture, espionage. Oh, let me do it in the city first, cause I wanna upgrade our city since all of them are upgraded right now. So let's enter. Okay, so build stone wall. I can upgrade it to reinforced wall for 25 BP. Completely unnecessary, but so we'll wait for that. So I do need a boost. I do need a boost culture. And I said I was going to do that thing because it just fits. So was it Nethesis? It's not Nethesis library. It's not regular. Erlene's magical rarity shop. I already built that up, so it's a magical studio now. Lumberyard. Economy +1. I don't need to build that right now. Mage's Tower. There was something. Was it this one or was it the museum? +3 culture. If a place to display artifacts and culture, both modern and historic. +3 culture. +3 culture if a royal museum has been opened in the kingdom. I don't think I have the option. +1 divine when adjacent to a shrine. Counts as a library. So one of these things get culture. It's the exotic garden. Immunity when adjacent to the town hall. +1 to culture when adjacent to a museum, and +1 to the arcane when adjacent to a university. Counts as a park. Oh, it counts as a park? That's the city hall. Oh, I have an aviary. Allows governing the kingdom from adjacent regions, even if those regions are not a part of the kingdom. In addition, lowers the time required to resolve events by 1 day in this and adjacent regions. Oh, and improves espionage. Definitely would like that. And put that in. It improves espionage, which is good. We're not going to do black market, even though it improves espionage and relations. +1 to loyalty when adjacent to a park. There was one that exotic guardian counts as a park. Monument, museum. If royal museum was made, then the park. To culture when adjacent to a museum. Oh, here's the Royal Museum, an impressive collection of art and relics which silently tell the history of these lands. +3 to culture when for each of the storytellers' completed collections. Definitely, that would definitely boost culture, take culture up to the level that we want. And I can put that up there. So I might go with that. Theater is the one that I want. That's what I said I was going to build. For each adjacent building that produces culture. Oh, I have to do it this way. Build it this way. Bank doesn't produce culture. Foundry doesn't produce culture. So I can put it right there. And then I'll get culture from City Hall. The shop right now is just a regular shop. Mansions gives me culture. And then I can put something right there. So let's go with the theater. But technically, theater gives me culture, so it's gonna be something that gives me culture. Let's improve the shop. Shop's gonna upgrade community, and this will give me community and economy. Great. So let's upgrade these first before I just. But I do want to just get it out the way since I said I was gonna do it. This way I don't forget because I do forget things. Uh, by doing the Royal Museum, that's gonna take me to the whole new level. So I do need to find like a singular location, something to put, and probably do the Aviary. But the Aviary is relations and espionage. I do want espionage, but I need like a one-off thing, like a cistern, +1 loyalty when adjacent to a park. I probably could have put the museum right there. Because this one that's really cool, the exotic garden counts as a park. So I could put it right here, and then I could put a cistern right there, and then I have to put one right there. But Herbalist House gives me loyalty. I could make a lumber yard. +1 relations when located in a settlement with peers. So that is an option. Bank, courthouse, granary. And I do need relations. Printing house, ethicist library. I have a noble villa. So I could just do the lumberyard +1 when located in settlement, but it's not going to give me culture. I need culture in those two cities just so I can get the benefit. I can build a monument, luxury store, and so many options. Brewery, I can't upgrade the brewery. Can't upgrade the granary. Printing house, library can be upgraded. Bulletin board. Oh, Halflings Brewery over here. Jail, up fort is maximized. Watchtower is maximized. Okay, what else is gonna give me community? Community value is 7. Longhouse will give me a community, but I already have it. Well, an upgraded version because I have the city hall, Longhouse style hall. There's really nothing else but these museums. So I guess I can just go ahead and spend the BP. I'm at 42,000. I can always sell some more stuff. So we're gonna get the 527 BP view. Okay, great. So now I can get the Royal Museum, which is 300. That's going to give me plenty of culture right there. And then I can get a regular museum. Barracks, bulletin board, courthouse. Courthouse gives me community, but courthouse, I already have a courthouse. Magic shop, courthouse, can I upgrade it? Nope. Didn't have all these regular places for me to put stuff like this Aviary. Put that right there since it's a single spot. Cistern, I could boost stability, but stability is already at 100. We don't need that. We do need more espionage. We do need more community. Exotic garden, loyalty, +1 community when adjacent to town hall. That's a city hall. And we could have never. Oh, we could have put it right there. Oh yeah, we'd have to put it right here. Oh, so that means we'll have to take off the theater from right here and put the theater right there. That would probably be better, so I can get the city hall relations. When adjacent to the town hall, +1 culture when adjacent to a museum, +2 arcane when adjacent to a university, counts as a park. The question is how much it is. How much is a university? Because a library would count as a university, right? And I can upgrade it. Library, that's not it. I don't think I unlocked the university yet. Tavern, watchtower. That'll probably be the best decision. Like take the theater off since I won't need it. Sell it. And then I go for the exotic garden this way. That's gonna give me +1 culture when adjacent to a museum, +2 arcane when adjacent to, and I won't be next to it. Exotic garden. Good. That's gonna give me the culture. No, it's gonna give me the community because I'm adjacent to the, not the town hall, but it's the city hall. So I think I'll get the upgrade. That's fine. Now 441. Now I can get the exotic garden. Or library. I already have a library. I can build a lumberyard there. That will be good. A Mage's Tower. I already have a Mage's Tower. Museum. If a royal museum has been opened in the kingdom, I can build this here. It's gonna give me more culture. With these two buildings, I have culture. I have all the culture in the world. Built a lumberyard. Great. So I have culture there. Culture for days. School. Is this where? Wait, pause. When adjacent to a university. I'm wasting stuff. The school is probably what I need. Have the school. I thought I built a school. Magic shop, courthouse, granary, library, printing press, net this library. So this is probably, the school can probably be made into a good place. And I can put the lumberyard over here. So now I can put something there. I got the exotic garden, the museum. Now that I have the 2 spots, that'll be good. The monument will give me community, since I don't have a monument yet. But I can build this in another location. I have 263 BP. So now I can go to the map, like Glenshire, and enter there, since that's a lot of place. I decided to go with the watchtower. Now I can go with a monument, if I so pleased. Avery, relations, and espionage. You know how much I like my espionage. Relations is already high. Plus 6 out of 124. Oh, this is the slash. I get +3. It's not +3 out of that. It's +3 because of my. Oh, okay. So I have +2 because it's 40. +1 and my 78. So it tells me my value of it. I'm surprised. I'm just realizing that I'm getting the most value from my military. And then my economy can be ranked up even more. But right now, we care about community, which a longhouse will bring. We probably got the town hall. Okay, so we already had a longhouse. Then the inn, common relations, trade shops been upgraded. Can't upgrade that. Bulletin board, can't do that. Halflings brewery, wooden wall. Let's upgrade that. And just upgrade the stuff. Longhouse already. I could do a mansion. That's gonna give me community, relations, culture, espionage, pretty much everything I could ever want for 100. Museum. I don't need the culture now. Definitely not need culture. Uh, since we have this shrine, oh, we already have a monument. That's good. And we already have Sacred Grove. Let's upgrade this shrine to a temple. Sacred Grove, that's perfect. I definitely want this mansion just because it gives me everything I want. That's built now. I have a 113 BP. Everything's going well. Support the High Priest endeavors. That can be something we rank up. Or we can support the minister's endeavors and increase relations. Support the general's endeavors. Support the counselor's endeavors, the wardens, the magisters. I want to go with the minister stuff and have him still work on some stuff unless there's some region projects, because I don't want to do any of these region projects yet until I unlock more ways to use these. So I'll spend my rank up time and we'll go with the minister. Jubilost. Make sure I don't have any problems to take care of. We can have the circus for Drathel. That's going to be 45% because and she reduced it. This is the 10th. Hunting season. Have Tristan do it. 70% opportunity. Start that event. Let's look into another curse. Research the nature of curses to the Vase Sisters. I already spent some money, but I can pretty much sell some stuff and then come back. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, no. What we're gonna do the Tarp 2 curse. Have it stored. Oh, okay. So we can start that curse, and then we can sell some stuff and do the Deface Sisters one. Now we can do Armagh when we resell some stuff. Okay. Now we can support the minister's endeavors. Unlock espionage. I already did that. I don't know why that's just now doing this. Oh, probably because I increased the kingdom stats 25 times. Thanks to the Minister of the King, the Kingdom's intelligence network has expanded and improved. We definitely need our intelligence. We've got more community. Good. The counselor held a big hunting tournament open to everyone. A lot of hunters from around the kingdom tracked the noble animal. At the end of the day, the one that shot the elk was awarded an elven bow. Good. Trade agreement with Osmira. Now we're getting +4 BP per week, and we have more relations. We don't need relations to increase. We do need more espionage because our spy network needs to get higher and higher. So let's see. We got events. The minister demands your attention. Black Ravine, that's another problem. We have eclipse. The recent solar eclipse has the people frightened. I need to do this by the 10th. Many of them look at it as a bad omen, referring to the Kellet shaman's calendars, which foretell a bad year. The fear is turning into panic. The people must be made to hear reason. So they're stupid, essentially. Jathal can't complete this. Like, even with 2 crisis points, it's just going to be... So I might just have to fill that. Black Ravine could at least be done by him, and then he can actually do it. 90% versus... I do need to boost these things up eventually. 90% versus 65%. I can't fail both. I'm going to fail one, so can't fail both. Let's see what our minister has to tell us. We've captured a spy. You'd be surprised to learn where he came from. He's from Daggermark, the capital of espionage and intrigue in the River Kingdom. My agents were seeking his client, but she made hurried contact herself. She wants to come over to us, but don't celebrate yet. It may not have occurred to you, but her entire story, which would be so convenient for us, might be a ruse. I'm not sure she's under orders to insinuate herself as a double agent, so I don't think it would help to deliberately feed her lies. But what if she decides to sell us out? Simple greed must never be overlooked. We could take a hostage, someone significant to her, but what if she's not sentimental? The safest bet is advanced magical brainwashing. I couldn't guarantee the security for her personally, however. The family hostage, spellbinder, arcane plus espionage, send her in the wrong direction and follow her. I do like that option. Act as you see fit. Very useful. I will oversee the magical treatment myself. Hopefully it won't affect her mind too much, but I know one thing for sure. After this, we won't stand a chance of becoming fellow scholars. Support the minister's loyal spies. Bakken, unfazed by the awkward silence, Bakken searches through his bag for quite a while. Finally, he pulls. There you go, a little something from old mad scientist glove. Thank you, this proved useful. You may go. My pleasure. I only hope that no one throws it away early. He always says the same thing. This is Dragon. Dragon bows from the waist and addresses you ceremoniously. Greetings, your highness. By tradition, if a worthy ruler is patron to a master, the master gives generously a half plate of hatred. Please accept this. I worked hard on it. I hope it serves you well. If you have any requests or needs, feel free to tell me. Otherwise, please allow me to devote my time to Onslaught. I'm itching to finish what I've begun and restore my grandfather's urge. Remind me, who are you? I need something from you. Make something in the drawer style. I think you know best what to make. Dragon nods pensively. Of course, my kind are rarely allowed to work freely. This is Vasker. The half-orc bows diligently, trying to adhere to etiquette. Your Highness, I come bearing gifts. I sign my gratitude for taking an old man into your service. Eradicator. Good. Thank you. Keep it up. This is it's practically money. Mr. demands your attention. Espionage increased. So now you have products. Support the minister's endeavors. Receive +1 to espionage every time the minister fails to resolve a situation. Definitely getting that. Start project. So now we can rank up. So instead of ministers, I definitely want Grand Diplomat. I'm not care for relations so much. Warden, I really don't care about the Warden so much. Let's boost military up, so we can have a strong place. I'm curious to see what this one is. Support the general's endeavors. Now we're on rank 6. Sell the soul jars complete. We can sell the next one in 2 months. Otherwise, we can gain unwanted attention. Trading with Brianhart, that's complete. So our economy increased by +7. We got another 5 BP. The project is complete. Good. What is this? Loyal spies. C +1 to espionage every time. Trade agreement with Resmiran. Strategic partnership with Revoy. Good. So now we probably can start saving our money. The circus, that's going to be 45%. Jathal would be better for it. Eclipse. What do we have? This needs to be done by the 11th. Harem's busy. Valerie won't be able to do anything. A 0% chance that she will pass that. Definitely not going to put her right there. General requests an audience. Curator needs your help. Arrears. The peasants in one of your region flatly refused to pay their taxes. This year the spring came late and last year's harvest was poor. Definitely gonna have Canera get my money. +3 to relations. Do we even need relations right now? We don't need relations. We don't need economy. I kind of want before I put someone right here, because there was something that I did want to increase with that. Scouting the northern regions. We will have Kestlingeres do that. Just because we have to keep up scouting. Magar, Levita, Jod, economy, improving economic, easier claims and upgrades cost 15% less. That's nice. Enhanced trade with Stetfin. Our alliance with House of Tova favor terms, increases each settlement's income by +1 with trading with Sertova. That would be good to do. Let's give us 100, 109. That's fine. So we're gonna have Valerie take the job. Easier claim would be something good to do. Or we can trade agreement with Gout. The worst unrest, but we're not gonna have the unrest. Trading with Restov. Every region along the Brevin border with non-military upgrades, just so I can know what this does. Let's just have Canera do that, because it might give us money, it might not give us money. Lindsay probably will do the arrears thing. Court intrigue. A treasurer from one of the neighboring countries has entered the borders of the kingdom on the way home from a business trip. Yesterday, a letter arrived at the castle in which the country's counselor asked that his colleague be made to disappear, with the evidence pointing towards bandits. That's a problem. Definitely we need espionage increased. Varnhold besieged has descended into mayhem. A bandit leader has risen to power in the woods and keeps gathering gangs under his iron command. Chasing him is like chasing the wind, but he keeps busy striking the... What is that? That needs to be done by the 12th, so we can handle that later. This needs to be done by the 11th, though. We're gonna have to put Jathal here. Even if we do the eclipse, it's just gonna be 61%. Maybe we can rank Jathal up as a curator. This arrears problem. This year the spring came late. Let's put 1 crisis point there. Court intrigue, we have to the 12th for that, so that can wait. Eclipse, the circus, that can wait. Varnhold betrothed, we have until the 12th with that. It's gonna take 6 days to solve. We'll deal with that. Support the minister's endeavors. I'm gonna do the, because that's a problem. Rank up, because I definitely want to do the curator's endeavors. But we'll have time to do the ministers and then the curators. Let's see what our general... Jathal, a passionate young composer, arrived to the capital quite recently. He's seeking my audience. I'm told he's known in Absalom as a bringer of hope. His first pieces were warmly greeted by the critics, especially the dames. He's said to be quite handsome. His name is Larzio Messis, and he needs your protection. He's been looking for fresh material, and he came across the story of your ascension to the throne. He's so impressed that he's dreaming of composing an opera about it. He's young and experienced and naive, which makes him even more useful. We should settle him in the palace and give him patronage. I'll answer to all his questions. It won't be difficult to arrange his thoughts in the right order. His opera will not only preserve your name through the centuries, but also send a message to the peasants of today. They will learn how grateful they must be for your constant efforts and will have no other thought but to serve their powerful and enlightened ruler. As for me, I won't mind spending time in the young man's company. You know I love to admire all manner of fancy trinkets, flowers, gems, naive and sublime young men. Now, I like how I don't know if they crafted each response specifically or if they have some degree of AI generating these responses depending on who is your advisor. Because if they crafted, because this is a lot of dialogue and story to put in a game, which if you're going to turn a video game into Pathfinder, you're going to need that. Choice effects. I'm fine with your plan, Jake. Though assist the composer and see how it's progressing. We mustn't interfere with the creative process. Not even the composer begs us to. Larzio won't live in my castle. Kingdom effect. Generous support of Larzio minus 3 BP per week. That's fine. The elf nods with a helmet smile over her face. Wonderful. Improving cultural development. Support the cure. Good. Chief, I've got a concern. We had a good battle with Numeria. Our soldiers fought and died as brave as the killers. Our glory is great, like everybody knows. The best way to get glory is to defeat someone who already has it. You need a bigger army. There are many mercenaries in the city trying to sell their skills. I don't trust them. They fight for their purse, not for their general. If the enemy bribes them, they'll stab us in the back. Then there's just more for us to execute. It's best if you draft the locals instead. They won't be very happy about it after all that's happened, but less your people have to learn to stand up for their own land. Oh, but let your people, and this is already understandable. This is in the prince. You do not use mercenaries. Pay 250 BP. My subjects have spilled enough blood. We have plenty of gold to hire mercenaries. No, I don't trust the mercenary army. They've got nothing to lose in the defeat. Let us begin a period of mandatory military service. We just defeated the barbarians from the north. No other enemy will dare challenge. Let's just leave it. The military -5, stability -5. Why would I ever choose that? Military +5. Loyalty -5. Unrest state worsens. Economy -5. Military +10. -250 BP. Economy -5, but the military have plenty of gold to hire mercenaries. I just don't like the idea of it. I'll take these penalties initially, but it's alright. Defenders of land 2, support the general's endeavors. Okay, so now we have some good events to do. Varasta Waffles, greetings, King. A good land you have here. So many seasoned warriors around. More customers for old Varask weapons. I like it when there's so many good cutters around. I can breathe here with fighters like these. Here, take this gift. It's my gift. It's a good one. Here, take this. It's my gift. Great. Let's see this Defenders of the Lands too. Curator needs your help. Got the +1 culture. General requesting auctions. Got a +1. Okay. Economy. Improving cultural development. The cost of buildings with a static culture bonus, Barbarian Arena, Bar College, City Hall, Festival Hall is reduced by 15%. That's something to do. Other Defenders of the Land, +1 morale bonus to attack and damage rolls while fighting within claimed regions. I just don't have the money for that. So we can do that eventually. Support the general's endeavors. Let's see what new events we have. Because we still have time for these. Varnhold besieged. I could just wait until Tristan is done with his thing, and then I can put Tristan over there. But who do I want to rank up? Support the ministers, generators. Let's do curators. Do Jathel's plan, because I want Jathel increased, because this way she can work to dominating and controlling. I just like Jathel's approach to things. Culture reached rank 5. Thanks to the curator and the king, cultural development in the kingdom has reached new heights. We need to boost a community culture and espionage. Black Ravine, we got a triumph on that. Plus 11 to loyalty. We got the minus to divine and arcane, but divine and arcane are doing fine. The militia assembled by the counselor reached the ravine and found black candle ends and a burner filled with incense. Tougher peasants held back the undead while the others filled the ravine with soil. Good. So let's look at more events that we have. Former friends. Many of Brevois' patriots dislike the fact that these lands have become an independent state. They're spreading rumors and advocating against the king. They insist that these lands are governed by a criminal, whose regime must be overthrown and whose lands should be reclaimed by Brevois. These statements are undermining the kingdom's legitimacy, casting it as a criminal domain. Bloody vendetta. Two competing merchant families have proved. So this is 24. I need Tristan for this. Needs to be done by the 11th. This needs to be done by the 11th. So these two things need to be done. So Jubilos needs to do one of them, but he only has a 20% chance to do that. And then I can boost it up to 70% if I use my 2 points. And if I do Bloody Vendetta, 65% chance. That's fine the way it is. And then him, use former friends. Whale hunt. It's an opportunity. No one cares about the opportunity. Court intrigue. I definitely need to do Varnhold besieged. But I have time before doing that. Strengthen the storyteller's skills as curator. Rank up. Okay, so I can support the counselor is busy. He's on a mission. Minister, I put him on a mission. So it's time to have the general. I'll rank up Amiri again. I have much more time to complete that. I guess I'll take care of that now. Now it reached to 7. Good. Secret cache in the north regions. Our scouts found a treasure in the north regions. They're sure they've covered the area and there are no more points of interest in the outskirts and north mall. Good. Arrears. Success. We got 3 BP. After meeting with the peasants, the Grand Diplomat exempted them from paying taxes for the year. Why did you do that? The same day she published pamphlets where she explained that if everyone stopped paying taxes, the king wouldn't be able to pay the guard. There would be no one to protect his subjects from monsters. Oh, okay. Relations increased, which I need espionage, not relations. Loyalty. I need community, but whatever. Court intrigue. Treasure for one of the neighboring. I got the -1. Eclipse failure. You didn't assign an advisor. I should have opportunity. Shooting in close combat contest. Bloody vendetta. You failed. That was alright. Former friends. You got a triumph, which is good. +6 to the espionage. Good. Relations. We don't care too much about that. Scouted into the northern regions. Good. So now we have events. I don't know why they put them. Nah. The circus. Nope. Doing these opportunities. These opportunities can wait. Varnhold siege. I'm gonna have Tristan do this. And we're actually going to ransom in gold or iron. There are numerous barbarians in the kingdom's prisons. Among them, participants in failed raids and members of defeated gangs, a group of Kelets have arrived in the region. Friends and families of the prisoners here to offer ransom in gold, iron, or other service. Oh, okay. So I definitely want to do this one. By the 1st of Abadius. I definitely want to do this one. That's by the 1st. So I have about a month to figure out how I'm going to do that. And then hunting season, that's just an opportunity. And just put someone in that one. It's a 35% chance though for success. I definitely need to upgrade the warden of some sorts. A general request an audience. Let's see what the general wants to talk to us about. Amiri smiles in satisfaction. It looked like word of our heroic feats made it all across Galarian. Merchants and shamans are always chasing great warriors, trying to sell them their best swords, so they can proudly announce it on every corner. 3 great clans want to offer support for our troops. There are more before I got rid of the swindlers and the small fish. We should choose the best one and seal the deal, but only one. We have to refuse the others to command their respect. All 3 want to talk to you. Talk them all you want, but look close to set. Mary gives you an inconspicuous wink. The Kyrgyz guy, I say. I should talk to their ambassadors. You understand our army need. You can make your own decision. Which of the ambassador, the halfling in black? Tell me your secrets. Romello, the halfling standing before you, wears fine black cashmere. He has a couple of strange-looking palm-sized crossbows in his waistband. His expensive attire does nothing to disguise scars on his face and hand, or his sturdy posture. Your guest seems more accustomed to sitting in the saddle and wearing traveling clothes rather than visiting palaces wearing expensive attire. Greetings, Your Highness. I am Captain Romello. I represent the Smoky Dawn Arms Factory in Grand Duchy of Algenstar. Our enterprise is prepared to provide your army with the finest weapons ever. What exactly do you have to offer? The captain's voice grows serious. We will provide your soldiers with our weapon, teach them how to use it, and make sure the weapons are working. Believe me, each bolt shot by our crossbows will cost the enemy an equal amount in gold. Oh, okay, so he's going to be archer. I should make clear from the beginning we're not selling the technology. Your engineers won't be permitted to repair the weapon. They're to be handled exclusively by our specialists. However, if you're interested in any of our non-weapons technology, our craftsmen will gladly train yours. What makes you think I'd prefer your odd toys over time under magic? Because you're smart, Your Highness. Firstly, our toys are way safer, and their failure is far less dangerous than magic cast RI. Secondly, anyone with an eye and 2 hands can use our weapons. That makes things a bit simpler for you, doesn't it? Tell me about the weapon in your waist. The captain grins and pats his crossbows. So you like to know how they're operated. What gears bring these small death machines to life? How can they rain bolts down upon the enemy without ever recharging? It's a secret. We make our living from other people's ignorance of how our weapon works. Nevertheless, I will tell you a secret about these 2 crossbows of mine. The left one is for normal work. I use it to kill bandits and thieves spying on our secrets. It's loaded with ordinary bolts. The right one is for special occasions. Each of the bolts bears the name of a rascal who wronged me or my family. When the right one is empty, my travels on Galarian will end, and I will return to Alkenstar and find myself something else to do. Tell me about your motherland. Where is it? We don't hear much about it often here in our domains. Alkenstar is halfway across the world. You see, magic, how can I put this? It doesn't work in our lands. Don't ask me why. That's a question for the researchers and historians. But we ordinary people of Alkenstar managed to turn this nuisance to the greater good. We gave up magic for the sake of science. Well, we didn't give it up, you just couldn't cast it. No country can compare to Alkenstar in terms of its technological miracles. We didn't just survive, we're doing very well here. Where a mage could never endure, and we are willing to share our findings with anyone willing to pay a fair price. Thank you, I need to think. Okay, ranged weapons and to provide technology where we're lacking it. I'm sure we'll have a most productive association around it. Okay, let's go with sorceress. Let's see. Rakalata, a sturdy middle-aged woman in practical gray attire, bows to you. You can tell by the numerous strings and laces on her neck that she's wearing quite a number of amulets around her robe. Her hair is short and cropped. First Foreman Rakalata, at your service, Your Highness. Reporting for negotiations on behalf of the Wands Brigade, graduates of the Arcanamirium. What do you have to offer to my troops? Our experience. You're hiring the Wands Brigade, an independent squad of mages, not merely as soldiers, but as advisors and trainers for your other troops. Each of us not only possesses magic, but also has extensive combat experience. What's more important, we know when and how to use it. We're not theoreticians or professors, Your Highness. We're arcane practitioners, combat specialists, and frontline workers. You're willing to share our knowledge with your military mages. Your title is very unusual. Every member of our brigade is an Arcanumerium graduate. We each have combat experience and a desire to build a mercenary career. We've been preparing to accept your orders since we entered the Wands Brigade. So here's the thing. My kingdom is already a place of magic, so they're really not offering anything new. And we already have crossbows, technically. I don't know why the other one is trying to sell us crossbows. What is this Arcanumerium so famous for? Is the oldest, biggest, and the most prestigious arcane academy in Absalon. It's very influential. Students come from all over the world to master art and magic. Mind you, the school is tuition free. They teach both magic and practical skills, both of which are certainly useful to combat mages. For instance, if you learn to summon enraged monsters, it might also be a good idea to learn to run fast. Smile brushes lightly over Kalada's face. Okay, I need to think. Let's see what the last one. I'm trying to see if anyone's going to offer me anything new and special. Always at your service with the dwarf. Wadga, priest of Kyrgyz, an unusually tall and sturdy dwarf with a shaved head, bows to you. Despite the weather, his feet are bare, and he's wearing a simple vest over his neck and torso. Priest of Kyrgyz. His mighty but pleasant voice fills the entire hall. Greetings, your highness. I am Wadga, priest of the glorious god Kyrgyz. I believe it was not my coincidence that the road brought me and my comrades to your land. How can you help my army? Your soldiers are brave but weak. By the will of Kyrgyz will sort out your pathetic forces. My priests know how to strengthen a soldier with magic that will give them the power and speed of a mighty animal. If that fails to protect them, our prayers will heal your warriors and restore them to perfect fighting form. I do like the sound of that. Heal. I just understand the greatness of having a healer in the party. Tell me about your god. Kyrgyz was a talented villager of remarkable figure. He traveled around towns, visited trade fairs, took part in every competition and show, and always won. It's only natural that everybody was jealous. His rival set a trap for him during a competition. He died, giving his life to protect the other participants, but his glory lived on even after his death. Few mortals are deemed worthy of joining the godly host, and Kyrgyz was among them. What is your church? Our church is young, and we don't have an established hierarchy yet. We wander from town to town, healing the diseased, mentoring the weak and the sick, teaching them how to harness their own powers, inspiring those who are able to reach beyond their own boundaries. Like it. I like that. We do not build temples, for we believe our bodies are the temples. Love it, love it, love it. A tent in a field, that's all we need. It disgusts Kyrgyz when people cripple themselves, so we reject alcohol and stupefying potions. I shall prohibit these among your soldiers. The spirit grows stronger in a mighty body. Kyrgyz dislikes foul play, so cheating is also legal. You look outlandish. Where have you come from? Last approval. Well, thank you. I wish you could meet my grandfather. He was a real hero, stately and notable. Myself, I'm a mere peasant from a small village on unclaimed land. I was once a fighter. However peaceful I may be, I am still very passionate. When it comes to wrestling, I can best even you, though now I'm a priest as well. Okay, need to think things over. I think Amiria was right. In fact, it doesn't matter. Who should I make the deal with? You understand your army's needs. Who do you think? Alkenstar's weapons are impressive, but relying too heavily on their power may weaken our troops in other ways. You know what I think about magic and mages, but if all our soldiers look like that Kyrgyz priest, the war might not happen at all. Then we would flee on sight. Pay 3 BP each week. I trust Alkenstar's engineers, have them supply. I don't like the fact that he said that we're not allowed to repair our own weapons. It reminds me of Monsanto selling the seeds to the farmers, and they're not allowed to replant the seeds. They just have to buy new seeds. That's ridiculous. I'm impressed with Arcaneer's power. I'm not impressed. I'm power. They're just nothing. Choice effects. Pay 3 BP to make Kyrgyz bless our warriors with strength and agility. If even half our soldiers were like Waga, we break every enemy spine on the battlefield. Good. Now I hope that's kind of like the Age of Wonders 4 thing, and it just counts as an enchantment. But anyway, I'm happy to see you, almost worthy one. A new gift and new stories await you. Please accept this fine item. It has been crafted according to the tradition of Vujani craftsmanship. Even in the possible kingdoms, possessing something so precious would inspire awe and envy. I thank you, Shani. I would gladly relate a story. Nah, you can leave. Who else? Is this Chemo? Terval, greet you with a half bow. Your Highness, please accept this new gift. Cloak of the Seer. The half-elf hands will wrap the parcel to you. Personally vouched for its quality. I made it with my own hand, every stitch and cut. Thank you for your gift. We're welcome. I hope it serves you well. I probably should get some gloves. So if she can make some gloves, gloves will be good to have. General request and audience. Good. Got that out the way. Projects. I have pretty much until the first is when I have to get some of these things completed. General's endeavors, minister's endeavors. I want to increase the minister stuff. Grand diplomat, warden. I really don't care for the increasing the warden stuff right now. I do need to get the minister stuff going. I am stable, unfortunately. Stable, reason, quest, decisions while governing the country. It was necessary. So let's get Jubilos upgraded. The Varnholz militia has withstood the test of the battle and proven its loyalty to the king. Support the minister's endeavors. Now we're at level 3. Varnholz besieged. Success. More loyalty. More stability. I need to boost the community up. Boost that culture. My stability needs to go up even more. Hands trade with New Stepfen. Now we're getting 77 BP for a week. Research to the nature of curses. Got plus 3 arcane. It appears that Tartuk truly has been cursed. As usual, well, he's dead now, so it doesn't matter. As usual, very little actual magic seems to have been put into the curse. How such a meager magical force could have such binding and dramatic results is beyond comprehension. Still, this research has advanced our knowledge of arcane magic. We have acquired a deeper understanding. Good. Research to the nature of curses. Armagh. We are now sure Armagh was affected by the cursed sword Overnerbine. The curse was the source of his madness, but somehow it also showed him the truth, and in it he found the strength to fight against the lies that surrounded him. The nature of curses is truly amazing and rewards careful study. This research has increased our understanding of arcane and divine magic. We have acquired a deeper understanding of the nature of curses. So that should be the last curse, right? Deface Sisters. So I just have to do them, and then I'll have all of that complete. So we'll have the storyteller do it. Start project. Events. The missing ambassador. A foreign ambassador arrived in our lands but went missing on the day. That needs to be done by the 12th. Why do we only have plus 8 to this? Will act according to their position and beliefs. Celebrity. Jathel plus 13. Whale Hunt plus 13 for Lindsay. Trade agreement. Is because we're no longer ransom and gold. We're gonna have to do that. Spider invasion. Definitely sending a Miri to do this. The forests are filled with horrible giant spiders. Many woodcutters. I can have a Miri deal this. Start event. Celebrity is an opportunity. We're not going to do that. Problem. The missing ambassador. The foreign ambassador arrived in our lands. 10% chance. We're going to fail that anyway. Instead of wasting time on that. But we do need a rank up. Because if we just fail it, we just fail it. Instead of getting a disaster. That would be terrible. So that one's just going to have to wait. Rank up. Economy. Trade agreement with gout. The worse unrest, the more BP this agreement At times of unrest. I guess I could get that just in case. But we at 190. I can get easier claim. Improving economic status. I really do need to rank up the other ones. Support the high priest. Warden's endeavors. I need to get the counselor. Not the counselor. I need to get the regents. The magister's endeavor. The magister's busy. Regents endeavors. Been 2 weeks resolving population problems in the kingdom. Get community. Let's get the counselors so we can have Tristan. So Tristan can get hired too. Boost loyalty. Current rank 14. We do have to do regent stuff, counselor stuff. We have so many things to do. He's all about loyalty. We need to boost this community up. So I'm gonna do regents. Start project. Because probably that's why we're not getting where. Oh, now they're worried. Support the regent's endeavors. Spend 2 weeks resolving population problems in the kingdom. Spider invasion. Military's increase. Loyalty relations. Okay. Well hunt. Trading with Rostov. Trade with Rostov is flourishing. Now people are worried. Reason negative current BP or BP per week. Now we're oh, we need to purchase BP 155. Except I don't know how we lost it. Regions, fish farm village. All those silver stuff fishermen. Oh, they probably took some money from us. Is that what happened? Is that what happened? Court intrigue, bloody vendetta, competition, eclipse, ransom and gold or iron. There are numerous barbarians in the kingdom's prisons, among them participants in failed raids and members of. Oh, I thought I'd have more time. I have a lot of events to do. Okay, let's see. The circus. Take her off. No one cares about opportunities. Wind and sales. No one cares about opportunities. Hunting seasons. No one cares about opportunities. Celebrity. Okay, I'll probably. Problem. The missing ambassador. Foreign ambassador arrive in our lands. The walls have ears. Daggermark spies have infiltrated the palace and are trading in its secret. Fortunately, all information about camps and troop formation has so far been kept safe. However, rumor has it that information about the palace's secret passages, court politics will soon be available to the highest bidder. Risk unless this leaking is stopped. Canera, that's going to give us economy. It's going to be 16%, 45%. I have to go with the highest one right now. 70% chance. We'll go with that. Problem, brazen thieves' treasury has been robbed. Thieves broke into the treasury at night and carried away many valuables. This brazen crime cannot go unpunished. It's not. Why didn't you tell me that she would be the better pick? Requires 7 days. I need to look at everything. Now I don't have enough to actually do this properly. So I'm probably going to have to wait on that. Last Wall's Cavalry. Lightfinger Administrator and Last Wall is prepared to sell a herd of excellent war horses, but not through official channels. Can a minister make such a deal? Brazen Thieves. I do need to do that. Power of Blood. Now an alchemist wants to find out how the gift of sorcery is passed down across the generations. That's 32. Flock of Rapacious Harpies. Keston Garest. The problems need to be dealt with. 35% chance success rate. What? Sell the soul dart. 30 days. That's something to do. These missions, though. These missions. Support the counselor's endeavors. What other events are there? Power of Blood. The missing ambassador. Let's see. Just do I need to talk with anyone? But I did. Let me talk with whoever I need to talk to, and then we'll do that. I just received potion of Barksian. Here you go. A little something. Great. Thank you. You prove yours. And then we'll see. Before I do anything else, Sherelle, the half elf, is clearly embarrassed to be in the place. He shuffles greetings. Integrity. Go. Leave. Now it gets into some parts where I need to keep on ranking up the weaker people. But thank you. So this is just collecting stuff. Okay, now she's gonna talk. Greetings, my king. My cursed homeland is trying to sink its claws into your hands. Damn it. I'd like to make a contribution to assist you in the war against those spying bastards. Here, take this and put it to good use. Yep, I know I have some things to do. I need to rank up the regular people. Okay, who do I need to rank up? Counselors. I do need to wake up the... But Keston events. It's 35% chance. I do need to rank up Keston. High Priest. Treasurer is doing something. Support the Magister's endeavors. The Magister is doing something. Okay, I do need to rank up him. That way stability can continue to rank up. But I need to rank up everything. Because now they're worried. Which messes some stuff up. Improving culture. Easier claim. Trade agreement with Gout. When I get 400 BP, I might need to do this. Easier claim. I don't need that right now. Improving economic status. We don't need that right now. Okay, support the general's endeavors. So now I can just put people somewhere. So I'm going to do the warden stuff. Let me just have it and take my shots. We can't deal with that problem. Brazen thieves. We're going to have Canera deal with that. The missing ambassador. That's a problem. Opportunity. Problem. Last Waltz Cavalry. We got 10% chance to do that. I can boost it up 35% chance. Boost up 35% chance. What, I have 2? Opportunity hunting season, wind and sales. Lots of opportunities. Problems need to be. I'm going to have Canera do that. The missing ambassador. 20% chance. Let's boost it up to 45% chance. That needs to be done like immediately. Hunting season. Should be attended before the 1st of Callistril, so I might have an opportunity to do that while I'm waiting. Hunting season. What other opportunities? 2 famous Epsilon wars, the Devil's Own and Sea King Shipyard, and an all-out trade war. The latter has run orders. Let's put Lindsay here. 45% chance. 40% chance. That's not good enough. The circus, Jathel still only has a 40% chance. Useless. But let me try it out. Wind and sales, opportunity. Because I do need to put it somewhere. Last Walls Cavalry. That can wait. Take advantage of any of these things. Celebrity. No one here. Let's rank up someone. Definitely need the warden to do something. Okay, now we have 11 events. Oh. I don't know how we're getting so low. Stability range reached. We got 173 BP. Good. Wind in the sails. Disaster. The king's neighbors are openly mocking his incompetent grand diplomat forgot to provide her ambassador with the funds necessary to complete the contract. Okay, so at least it wasn't a minus. The walls have ears. Triumph. Economy, relations, and espionage. Good. The missing ambassador. Success. Good. So we do have some wins. Let's find these thieves. Brazen thieves. Canera. Let's give us a 65% chance. Reputation on the line, but the reputation of the whole kingdom. Let's give us 65% chance. Let's see what other issues that we have. Let's look at regions. Guard headquarters. Varnhold has suffered enough. Make safety this region's top priority. Fix for any problem that could be resolved by the warden in this or any adjacent region. Roll 2 checks and pick the rest. I definitely want to do that one. Purchase BTP 180. Except I'm definitely doing this one. And this takes 7 days to resolve, and I need Keston rest for this. Definitely. Warden needs your advice. Top secret. A renowned arcanist is offering her newest magical ciphers, which would completely conceal the communication of the king's servants and advisors from his enemies. Canera is the storyteller, is busy. I would definitely love to do that one. Veterans. Crippled and wounded soldiers discharged from the army aren't willing to return to their farms. Instead, form gangs and resort to highway robbery. I can have Amiri do that. The full-blooded. Many of those at court are surprisingly pale as of late. Eerie shadows dance along the palace's halls, and servants vanish every night without a trace. They say this is all the doings of vampires who are hiding among the capital's aristocracy. Harem. Full-blooded. 50%. I'm gonna have to put the roll here. Spider invasion. Or I can get veterans. It's gonna require 13 days to solve. Spider invasion requires 13. We need a Miri for this one. I guess I could have competition. A shooting of close combat contest will soon take place in the capital. Skillfully announced the festival. Problem. Forgotten knowledge. An ancient hermit's cavern, which used to belong to the old, has been discovered in the marshes. The dusty library contains fascinating books. This is only a 20% chance. I can boost it to 35% chance. I do need to do these problems. Opportunity, a new priest of Abadar, the highest ranking priest of Abadar. I'm gonna have to have Canera just start the event. Competition, a new priest of Avatar, winged menaced. I just need my warden to upgrade some stuff. So for spider evasion, I can have Tristan start event. Top secret. Veterans. Have Amiri start event. Warden, I will talk to the warden. Top secret. Opportunity. Renowned arcanist is competition. Shooting in close combat. High racing priest. Flock of rapacious harpies. Calistry. That's the power of blood. Renowned hammer metal answer celebrity. Where's the vampire one? A light-fingered administrator in Last Walls are prepared to sell a herd of excellent war horses. That needs to be Jubilo. I do need to boost him up. So I need to boost Minister stats up. Who's 3? We need to boost Arcane up too. Arcane's always been, so we need to boost Arcane up, and we need to boost Espionage up. Where's these vampires at? Did I already select one to do that? Top secret. Winged Menace, that can wait. Power of blood. This is an opportunity, no one can do it. Celebrity. Okay, that's pretty much finished. I only have one more curse to do. After I have the curse to do, then we'll be good. So now we can rank up. Oh, not rank up, regions. Silver Shield Fortress, probably eventually, but Guard Headquarters. It's going to take 7 days, which will be fine. Audience occupied with Project Guard Headquarters. Good. The circus. A traveling circus arrived from Katapesh. The curator managed to convince the circus to settle in the kingdom. Your subjects are thrilled they can see their amazing performances. Good. Loyalty and culture. Brazen Thieves. Triumph. Economy +3, and we got our build points back. Offered to generously reward anyone who turned in thieves. Informers found the some tempting, and the thieves were quickly caught. Good. Regent and Warden needs your... Okay, great. Now we can talk to Valerie. So hopefully we can improve everything. Improve them even more. We need to get our espionage up. Vanhi, a nobleman from Vanhi, has arrived. He requests your approval to open a small business. He desires to open a few leather wrecking shops in your domain to tan skins. This alchemical enterprise will make an unpleasant neighbor. Of course, the locals won't be happy about the waste and the smell, but we must concentrate on our business interests and relationship with our neighboring countries. People of Vanhi will happily pay to move these tanneries away from their homes, but you have the right to make whatever decision you consider best for the country. We need money and the means business. Relations +2. Building tannery free. We're not Vanhi's dump, but let them find another place to put their trash. This alchemical enterprise will make an unpleasant neighbor. Then we get a tannery for free. Good. New event, strong nations support the region's endeavors. Tannery ×1. Okay, so we need to make a tannery. I guess we can put them anywhere, right? Your Highness, a decision has to be made regarding the bullets that inhabit one of your regions. The guard and the local hunting club seek them out and kill them, as they should, but the scholarly community of the kingdom has objected to this. Some zoologists declare that these bullets are a rare species or subspecies. Long story short, they only live around these parts and nowhere else. Your Highness, the scholars ask that we take these lands under our protection and outlaw the killing of these bullets. However, I firmly believe that the beasts should be eradicated. The safety of local peasants outweighs. Strive to live in harmony with nature as much as is feasible. Henceforth, these lands are protected by my degree. Unrest state worsens. Such beasts have no place in my lands. Relations will decrease, but stability and community. Okay, this is one of those role-playing moments where it's like, wait, who's saying this? Long story short, they only live around these parts. No, Highness, the scholars ask that we take these lands under our protection and outlaw the killing of these bullets. However, I firmly believe that the beast should be eradicated. Now Vanhi, initial Vanhi, before he became a ruler, will say, hey, and then it's about nature. There's a lot of dangerous creatures. Vanhi's gonna take his choice, even though henceforth these lands are protected by my degree. The unrest state will worsen, but You are the warden of these lands. I trust your judgment. Yeah, this time we're gonna roleplay instead of making the mechanically best decision. We will roleplay. New state. Worried. Student answer as you command, Your Highness. Kingdom defense. Unfortunate, but Varas the Wildfist, the half-orc bows diligently trying to adhere to etiquette. Your Highness, I come bearing gifts, a sign of my gratitude for taking an old man into your service. With such weapons, you can go and raise and protect your lands. Same thing. Thank you. Keep at it, Varas. I'm guessing it's gonna wait until like the later chapters when they give me their magnum opus. Regent demands your presence. Got the community. Warden needs your advice. Prove stability. So now we're worried. Decisions while governing the country. I know, but we had to go this route. We are triple digits. Military is just so great, but we need to boost the other ones. Culture can wait. Kingdom defense. Okay, let's go to rank up ones. Support the warden's endeavors. Support the regent's endeavors. I need to upgrade them. Strong nation. The cost of buildings with a static community bonus. Bar college reduced by 10%. I need Valerie to do stuff. Kingdom defense reduces the chance of random encounters in claimed regions by 40%. I think I'll have Keston do this. Now the stability has decreased, so probably that's why he lost some points, but it was necessary for the unrest state. That is fine, I guess. We're gonna have him do this star project. I do need to support these endeavors. Top secret. Opportunities. I still need to do that. Competition, a shooting and close combat contest. Amiri's doing that. Jathal, a new priest of Avadar. Can have Canera or Jubilos do it. Winged Menace. I still need to have someone do this one. Opportunity, the power of blood. Canera, 10% chance. Jathal. Opportunity, celebrity, that's DC 30. Last Waltz Cavalry. Okay, I need Jubilos up. Strong Nation. Canera, we don't need you, and go make us some money. Improving cultural development, that's something that can be done. Improving economic status. Canera's doing that. Easier claim. Trade agreement with Gout. Strong Nation. Valerie, do something. Improving cultural diversity. Star project. Okay. 79 B people a week. Have 0 crisis points. Projects. Rank up. Oh, I didn't think I assigned everyone to this. No. Where is... Because I didn't assign Jubilos. Regents, generals, high priest, treasurer, grand diplomat, minister. Oh, so I don't have him. What is everyone doing? 14 days, 14 days, 30 days, 20 days, 10 days, 14 days, 14 days, 30 days, 20 days. 6 days for the veterans, 13 days, 6 days for spider invasion, 7 days, 6 days, Woolblaze. Okay, so I pretty much got to a point where there's nothing else to do. Royal Hunting Grounds. Can't even do Royal Hunting Grounds because everyone's busy. So I have essentially 6 days. I don't just like to skip days. Uh, now, we will look. This was a great stopping point since we messed up. Serpent Prince of Shard. Destructive enhancement. Two-handed. +3 corrosive. Definitely going to give. Why can't it be equipped to her? Oh, because it's an exotic weapon. So we should have got an exotic weapon for Shard. Swift blow, greatsword, +2d6 electricity damage, +4 enhancement, greater shock. Oh, cast Humble Strike spell once per day. So that does 2d6. I could probably give it to Amiri. That's not Amiri. That's Lucia. Because this is a Cold Iron Earthbreaker. This is Troll Reaper. What is this? Whirlwind Composite Longbow. +2 composite longbow grants its wielder +2 enhancement bonus to dexterity and the ability to summon a medium air elemental once per day. So instead of Lindsay having her 6 to 16 damage because it does electricity, I think we'll keep the escapist since it gives me the dimension door ability. And I'm not putting a bow on Lucia because, like, why would I do that? And then I have this basic light crossbow. Useless. Scimitar. Useless. We have the heavy mace. +4 unholy mace grants the ability to cast Slay Living. I guess we could give that to Harem since he uses a heavy mace. +3 mace deals 2d6 damage and grants its wielder the continuous effect of freedom of movement. That's one. Or I can do Eradicator. +4 and then Slay Living once per 16 to 23 damage. It does 1d8 with a +4 enhancement. Let's put that right there. And we don't need Mallet of Wallet. We can sell that. Serpent Prince. The Fashard is an exotic weapon. I can probably equip that. Just save it for now. Then we have Swift Blow, Greater Shock, Great Sword. That we can just give to Jaethal for now. Great Sword. Okay, now she has a +16 to hit with that Great Sword. That's good. And then with a composite longbow, Whirlwind, +2 enhancement to dexterity, doesn't need it. Summon medium air elemental, doesn't need it. That can be sold. Then we have some cloths. We got integrity, +3 bonus to will, fortitude, and reflex saving throws, and ability to cast blindness spell. That might be cool. This gives me a deflection bonus to AC, but I already have a deflection bonus. Large person, probably not as good as this one. That gives me the bonus on will, fortitude, and reflex save. But it's +3 resistance bonus. And I already have a cloak of resistance. So, probably not. And then I have the primal hide. What says +2 hide armor grants to wear a +2 luck bonus on all initiative and perception check. The only one who used medium weapons right now is Amiri. So we got the adamant breastplate, or we have the half plate of hatred. Half plate of hatred gives me increased AC against orcs and giants. That's not necessary. Integrity can be sold. And then we have the primal hide. That's not giving me anything. We don't need any of those. So we have the mad scientist gloves, grant their rare fire resistance, and all that other good stuff. So someone who doesn't have gloves, we can give it to Amiri since Amiri doesn't use the braces of armor. She can just have the gloves on. Oh no, she had gloves of dueling. If the wearer has the weapon training ability and wielding a weapon, it gives a bonus to that that bonus increases by +2. So that can probably be used for her. She definitely doesn't need bracers of armor. Oh, she doesn't have that. Gloves of dueling can be good. Windfall +1 lock bonus on attack rolls and all saving throws. Nah, we'll keep the belt. And then we have Cloak of the Seer, deflection bonus to AC, +3 bonus to fortitude and will saving throws, and ability to cast each see invisibility spell once per day. Ah, that might be nice for Lucia. So instead of Shroud of Abaddon, we can get Cloak of the Seer. It's not gonna increase her DC, but it gives a +3 bonus to fortitude and will saving throws. Take off. That's not affecting her will at all. So I'll just keep the Shroud of Abaddon on. What is this? +3 to deflection bonus AC, +3 bonus to fortitude and will saving throws. I don't think. Yeah, we don't need that. That can be sold. Okay, so now we know what to do. When we come back on the next episode, we are just going to go do something for 6 days. Leave. We'll keep the A squad, Alpha squad. We're just gonna leave because it's like I don't want to just skip the days because those days are important. We're just going to explore for 6 days until these rank ups and all that stuff is done. Everyone's done doing whatever they're doing. So we can use this opportunity to explore the surrounding area, find out, like, go to the Old Oak and all those places. Go to all the places that were explored. Because we did find some good locations. And then just explore our territory. Like, explore the Gnarl Marches some more. Or really explore Varnhold. So just use these 6 days to explore. Claim this, go here to claim that to give us more economy, claim that for military, claim this for mountain trout. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna adventure. Let me take this off. Now I can see what's mine. So just go. Oh, that's not mine either, but I can go here. I can go here. So that's gonna be the next episode. Just explore some places until time has passed, and that should be good. Thanks for watching.